Yes, we're back. Unlike the Cisco.
No.
Oh, spoilers.
What?
Jesus.
No, no,
What?
no. A Cisco is back.
I said the
I
Cisco.
know, I know.
Welcome back, guys. It's time to talk about episode 5 of season 1 of Starfleet Academy. I almost said Strange New Worlds. Starfleet Academy.
I've always said that multiple times to my
Yeah.
family members. Oh, watching Trust. Nope, nope, we're not. Nope. Yep, don't know why it links here too much.
This is series Acclimation Mill. The DS9 Cisco one. Sure. I'm going to go with that.
The one with our first bring back. And fair to say,
Mhm.
the one that has been hyped. The only episode that's been hyped. It's funny, no one's talked about the end of the season, epic cliffhanger. Whenever people have mentioned it, who screeners or whatever, it's always been, oh, episode 5. It's the only one that's been called out. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
Well, the screeners only went up to like episode 6, I think.
They varied, yeah. Some got 3, some got 5, some got 6.
Yeah. So who knows what's in store for the last 4 episodes? I
But I
mean,
mean, even
come
the
on.
producers aren't hyping up the end of the season, which is fine. Don't hype anything, let's watch it. But I want to know, guys, to live up to the hype, not the hype. Super chat now, your thoughts, comments, questions, reviews, scores, that initial burst of thoughts, and vote in the poll.
Yeah, I don't know if that poll's super fair. I think some people would probably give this an S
See, I didn't want to put
or
an
an A.
S because I think it's
I know you
so
didn't,
much of it isn't
clearly.
an S, like so much of it that it just
According
couldn't.
to you, though.
Well, absolutely.
I mean, and me, but some people
Yeah,
really enjoyed this
because an S
episode.
needs to be across the board amazing, you know, and so much of this wasn't even good. So to be S, you know what I mean? Like B is a really good mark for this episode conceptually. So I want to give B. I want to give Paul the F, who wanted to vent, but not
Hmm.
that she get an F. But I wanted to give. But I mean, hey, it's doing fine so far. Yeah, super chat thoughts, comments, questions. I will start sharing, and we will get to your thoughts. But of course, PayPal as well. So we'll get to that in a second because it's amazing. See you in a minute.
All right, guys, hit that like button. Be sure to super chat in or PayPal in with your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, observations, anything we want to hear from you guys. And yeah. You can have your voice heard. We do read them all on the air. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell icon to all so you don't miss any edited content from us, as well as live content like we're doing right now. And do all the things you need to do. You can join the channel. There's a join option down there on YouTube, or you can head over to Patreon/Trekyards, where you can join us on a monthly basis as well. Lots of ways to support the channel and help us out. Doing right now. We appreciate it all. Also, be just part of the conversation, honestly, in the regular chat. This is one of those episodes where some people love it, some people were disappointed. It'll be interesting to see where you guys fall on it. And yeah. So, anywho's. Lots of things to do today. Lots of things to discuss, lots of things for you guys to do, and it'll be an interesting one for sure because it was good, but the thing is, this was overhyped for me, and I think I went into it with too high expectations because this was hyped before episode 1 even aired, so it's one of those things, right? So it'll be interesting to see where you guys fall. Be sure to let us know in the comments or by PayPal or super chatting in. Also, make sure you click the links in the description of every video. There are links to the Teespring and the T Public store, so check those out. Grab yourself some cool Trekyards merch as well as other stuff. We want to we want you guys to be happy and have things you like, and clicking the link helps us and makes us happy. And so do the things. Let's help each other out, is what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, we will get to your super chats in just a second, guys. So stay tuned. Uh, and yeah, looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about this episode. We got some PayPals as well, which is awesome. Okay, well, we will jump right into it then, now that he is back. Got some super chats and some PayPals. So,
Mmm.
Olivia throws in $5. So glad our Sam can drink more than 12 shots without being wasted. Want proof? Make Sam pay attention the next junkyards. Make you pay attention.
I mean, that would be a hell of a super chat to put in for 12 shots just to make that joke. But hey,
Yeah, that's gonna.
imagine the first super chat was like 25 per. So 250.
Mm.
No, it's 12. So we what? 300 hashtag Sam drink. And I'd be like, oh God. And the stipulation is must be
Half
drunk
price,
right.
half price on PayPal.
No, not if you're doing that joke. Not if you're doing that joke, no.
No. No.
Uh,
All right.
that'd be hilarious though, because and the stipulation is you must drink it now. It's
Yeah.
like 300 PayPal for that joke. Drink now. Oh God. Okay.
Robert Buckley,
Oh, hey
$10.
Robert.
Reroll with an S and A.
I mean, but the thing is, D and F are still the two second and third, so clearly F needs to stay on the board because
Yeah, but he's paying you to reroll.
no, it's
So
fine. I'm
reroll.
going to keep F because that's obviously, but no, that is the rules we've abstractly set for ourselves.
While he's doing that, Fleet Paw, $2. Have no fear, Fleet Paw is actually here.
Um,
Shocker.
what? I was on a typo. You
He
actually
said
meant him, right?
Fleet Paw is actually here. Shocker.
What? Cool.
Good to see you, Fleet Paw.
Yes.
Sergeant Montgomery, $2. To boldly sniff where Noah Ryan sniffed before. Ah, yes, sniffing for pheromones. Get out of my face.
Yep.
Olivia Julius,
Oh.
$5. Sam, it's so nice to see my third favorite Sam. Sorry, Sam. Sam Kirk and Sam from Academy beats you out. Stuart, don't worry. You still beat out Mud's bug. Aw, thanks. So I'm your favorite Stuart. That's awesome.
At least she's consistent. I'll give her that. Right?
What are you, Kirk?
No,
That's
what?
what he says about that's what he says about Khan.
Yeah.
I'll say this for him, he's consistent.
Oh,
Um,
God. Yep.
Fleet Pod, $2.
Oh.
Don't tempt me, don't tempt me and Olivia, Samuel. You know we will.
Oh.
Right?
If that's on the PayPal, I'm not gonna.
All right, so the new poll is up. The last one won. B won with 39%.
Yeah.
F was second with 28%. So, because of Robert Buckley, we
Mm-hmm.
re-rolled with S and A as an option, but also F and B as well. So
the full spectrum that people were voting for, because B was winning. So in theory, if people B could
yeah.
would win. So yeah, but good to see. Ratio do vote, do vote, do vote. Because I don't know what I'm going to say yet for the score. No idea. Not there yet.
I don't either.
And then PayPal's he said, which of course we are very thankful for because PayPal's help.
PayPal's. I forgot the PayPal's. My God,
PayPal's help a
man.
lot,
All right.
as you guys know. So thanks so much.
So the first one is Ray Ricks, and it's a part one of two.
Oh, Jeff.
$7. He says, Sam, Colleen Orson, come in, Orson. Those communications seem. Oh, gave me serious Mork and Mindy vibes. Yeah, I get it. The first 10 minutes of this episode were cringe, and half the episode was pointless. I like the tribute to the Cisco, but if you are going to give it a grander stage, and then a second one, nice to see Sirach back playing Jake. They should have got Penny Johnson. Yes, Gerald back. Not like she's busy on the Orville at the moment. Bold move by Tawny to write herself in stacks, although I do think she did a great job. Yeah, that's pretty ballsy move to put yourself in the Dax lineage when you're already like Mariner and
although apparently in an interview she said that it was a very last minute thing. They'd already written the role, written everything. They decided Trill, then they decided Dax, and then one of the people said, "Why don't you play her?" She's like, "Oh, I could. Oh, okay." So it wasn't her actual idea. Although of course she could say no. But why would you say no if someone suggests you as Dax? I don't know.
All
But
right,
thank
next
you.
up we got Sean. Yes, thank you, Ray. Sean O'Sullivan, 226. Said I loved it. I loved it. Was a love letter to DS9 and the best of all Trek. I'm glad they spent the money to surgically remove those stupid hats from Sirach's dome, as he looked like a gentleman for once. The Dax reveal caught me and was in character. I was in character for Dax. Yes, on rewatches, you notice how many times she calls him Benjamin before the reveal. Yeah.
But as I said in our other review, the fact is that Jadzia didn't feel like Curzon, didn't feel like any of them. So you're not meant to feel like past hosts. You are your new
Yeah.
person with with the knowledge of the other one. So she shouldn't feel like anyone else, and she doesn't. She doesn't feel like Ezri doesn't. She's entirely her own thing, which is a good thing because she shouldn't feel like them.
Yes. Robert Buckley has upgraded his membership to Admiral.
Oh
So
my
thank you so much, Robert.
goodness,
That makes a big difference.
that
Appreciate
that
that.
is that is we'll feel that straight away in the next month. Thanks so much.
Yeah. And Jeff Jacobs throws in $2. I bet Sam has the uh, number that would get him to do it now. But Sam has a number that would get him to do it now.
I mean,
Get him to
we
do
all
what?
the shots. Look, we all have a slut number.
Oh,
We all have a
oh.
slut number, okay? But not today.
Everybody's got a price. Ray Ricks, £5.
Oh.
I will also throw in with Fleet Paw and Olivia, just saying. Damn. All right. Kirk Solos
Oh.
throws in £2. Doesn't Cisco say he's not abandoning Cassidy? What the fuck? He does, yeah. But then he goes to buy Celestial cigarettes and Celestial milk
Well, they are very good
and never comes
cigarettes.
home.
But in
Apparently.
fairness, he loses all free will when he joins the temple. In the sense of he's now a god, he's a non-linear. You know, no mortal person can just live in that way. So even if he thinks he might come back before he fully translates over, as soon as the prophets say, nah, bruv, non-interference, he's like, oh, sorry, I guess I can't. Right? He ain't no Daniel Jackson who'll go against the Ascended rules and de-ascend.
Hmm.
Spoilers. Well, very similar in a lot of ways.
Uh, yeah. Mateo Vincent, $2. Hated the morning wood joke despite my dirty mind. Oh, I got a little chuckle out of that the first time.
See, that one's funny in concept because the late night show host is called Stephen Colbert. He's playing computer. He's not a person, he's a computer. So the computer is making a joke and going off his own script. Hell of an interesting computer to be that freeform. Because he's not an announcer. They say these days the computer, at least of the announcer
Yeah.
computer. So that for me is the unbelievable bit that the computer would make that joke. Because what? It's funny, but it's like doesn't make a lot of sense. But this show doesn't make a lot of sense in a lot of ways. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
How's the poll doing, Stuart? Because we gave you guys the chance to re-vote. That is the question.
Yeah. I mean, with 30 votes, B still wins at 40%, F 30%, and
I was
S only gets 17.
see, I was right.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure, and I'm glad
Yeah.
Robert Buckley re-rolled for it. That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
It is very
I'm gonna end
interesting.
it there.
Appreciate you for throwing it back in to get that other version. Oh, I got an interesting poll. So Stuart, what did you think of?
Ray
See,
Ricks throws in £2 and says, "I'm sorry, vomiting glitter. What the fuck?" Yeah.
yeah, you addressed that for a second because I've heard a lot of negativity about that as a dumb thing, like actually a dumb thing
Well,
versus just a thing that happened.
biologically, it's kind of silly and stupid, even though he is a Kyonian. The fact that potassium instantly rots once it hits his and it makes him throw up glitter. That's just kind of silly because you'd be throwing up the contents that's making you sick, which would be the potassium. That's how throwing up works. You're trying to expel things that your body doesn't want. So I don't know. I think it's silly, but kind of funny. It didn't bother me. It just kind of was like, what the fuck? So yeah, it's not a deal breaker for me. It could be actually vomit, really disgusting vomit, and it's just like, oh, it's glitter. So, I don't know. That's my take, but and Robert Buckley throws in $2 over 40 here. We need more likes. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up. We currently have 25 with 43 people watching. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up to 50.
Okay, we're at the poll. When you see it, my good man. I'm interested to
Did
know
you
the answer.
think the Avery voiceover at the end was a new clip, or did you realize it was an old clip? I thought it was a new clip from Avery. I realized it was an old clip. I thought the first time I watched it, I thought it was something out of Deep Space Nine that I just couldn't quite pinpoint because he says a lot of
There's
stuff.
a lot of stuff.
But yeah, it was definitely not old Avery.
Yeah, I didn't
That
believe
was
for a second. I
obvious.
was like, oh, they dug up anything from anything, which is fine. Like even even the documentary, What They Leave Behind, couldn't get Avery back. They used an old interview from one of the DVD extras, so he wouldn't even come out for the So they weren't certainly want to get they did stock footage is the way to get him back at this point. So I didn't think for a second really hearing the voice because he's like 78. He ain't gonna sound the same. So for me, it was obvious, but I student of Phil's voices and whatever. So Stuart, am I gonna be interrupted again, or can I jump in with the answer?
I don't know. It depends if somebody super chats.
Okay, Stuart, what do you think of season 1, episode 5? And the most important question I always ask versus the first time we reviewed it: was it like on multiple viewings? Better, worse, different? Your thoughts, my good man.
Okay, so first time I was disappointed, a little let down because I had built it up so much in my head because this was like episode 5, you're really gonna enjoy if you're a Deep Space Nine fan and you like Cisco. This was before season episode 1 even aired. So we've had a lot of time to think about it and go, okay, this is, it started out pretty good. We like this show. It's gonna be, who knows what this
Only gonna
episode
get
5 is
better,
gonna be
according to
like.
them.
Yeah. And
Of all the times for a
the overlays on the screen and
Oh no,
some
sorry,
funky
sorry,
stuff. It's like,
Stuart.
okay, that's
You
interesting.
Stuart,
Not really,
Stuart, you paused. Sorry, pause exactly as you said. Sorry,
as
sorry.
I said what?
You very wonderfully dramatically went, but actually, sorry. Please,
What did I say before that? But actually, what?
well, whichever. You start your actual review, and sorry, you literally froze as you were about
Oh,
to say it. It was
yeah.
perfect editing.
The start was a little bit silly and kind of wonky, and I didn't like the writing. Looks like it's 11-year-olds writing in crayon or whatever. Not really crayon, but some silliness there. Like I can understand she's not old. She makes a point to say how old she is actually. 217 days old and been at the academy for 97 of those days. So whatever. I thought it was kind of fun, right? I'm like, how is I don't like that this is, and right away I thought in my brain, I don't like the way this is attached to the Cisco episode and DS9 because all the haters, everybody's going to watch this episode for the DS9 stuff to see how it plays out. And what they're doing with all this overlay and the glitter vomit and all that shit are basically just giving all the haters more rocks to put in their slings to like say how stupid the show is. And I don't want the show to fail. I want it to succeed. I don't want people, latching onto this stuff. And sure enough, they have. They've latched onto everything that I thought was going to be a problem.
That
Um,
skirt! Decanon! Scamps! Also decanon!
oh, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, that's just irritating. So that stuff just annoyed me right away. And I was looking forward to seeing what happened. And then, of course, they missed a lot of beats that they could have done. They could have actually had her transport to the actual museum. They could have had her leave the academy and go to the wormhole, maybe. Go to Bejor. Actually walk in the footsteps of the prophet, not go to a fucking bar that's not even the right bar. It's just close enough to the actual original bar, which, as you pointed out, is Cadet Cisco, young Cisco, not the Cisco. It's there's a whole bunch like the bar stuff irritated me, didn't need to be there. The B plot, while fine and would have been good in another episode, took away from this episode. This episode should have focused more on the Cisco stuff. The virtual access to the museum was kind of silly. I think a lot of people are going to miss the point that orb of the prophets is actually just a virtual access orb because the real one might be at the museum, but you're virtually accessing it. And she asks an important question. You can't hear me, can you? And it fades out. And I'm like, okay, here we go. She's going to actually have a vision from the prophets or something. No, it's just a. So they missed a lot of beats that they could have done. Having Jake back was awesome, but as somebody pointed out, as you pointed out yesterday, having Cassidy Yates back to, because yeah, you want to know what he's like as an emissary, and that's what everybody talks about, everybody. But from Jake, you get what he's like as a father. From Cassidy, what he was like as a partner, as a lover, as a husband. And then from have Kira back, they're all perfectly. They could be aged. They look good. Have her back as a co-worker, a mentor, a boss. the emissary, although Carrie would also. They could have added a few more things, and I liked the fact that there's a new Dax. The whole episode, though, I'm watching it going, ah, she looks and sounds familiar. I'm not going to look it up on IMDb because I got to watch the episode. And then we did our review, and you said that it was Tawny Newsome, and I'm like, and then it clicked, and I'm like, oh my god. And now every time I watch it, all I hear is Mariner. Like she does a pretty good job of not doing Mariner, but there's the odd thing here and there where you
It's
hear it.
still her voice at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I appreciate the overall message. Just be yourself. You are good enough. Don't overthink what your position is. You just live your life on your terms. Do what you want to do, because that's what Cisco did. Even though his life was dictated by the prophets, because he was the emissary, he did it his way. And at the in the end, of course, it falls to the same emissary path. But yeah, it's a good message. I thought it was a fine enough episode. Not the best episode, I don't think. Love the callback, appreciated that. But and now we have Dax at the Academy teaching, so we can kind of access her at any point, which is kind of cool. So it's got some good in it, but overall I was disappointed because they could have just done more.
And just jump
I
in there
hope that
while I
makes sense.
still remember about, because I just rewatched it, and I when not Jake, when Delusion Jake, imaginary friend Jake, says you're good enough at the end, and that's a big plot point, as you said. It just feels a bit hollow because she was made several months ago for this role.
Mhm.
So if she is good enough, it's because they programmed to be good enough because that was her job. And if she's already good enough, then it's very easy to be good enough because she's only 40 and 100, 200 days old. I would have the argument be she's not good enough yet. She has to grow and become a better person with years of experience.
But
If she's already good enough now, it was a really easy journey, given she's only had a few
she's
lines
a,
out the episodes. It just feels very lackluster
she,
because you.
she's already bucking her programming though about what they're asking her and telling her to do. She's already overthinking it and trying to say that she doesn't necessarily want to do that. So
It just seems
I
really
think that's the
easy if it took
messaging.
that little amount of time. And I'm just probably programmed for that as well, because they're a sentient race of holograms. They know exactly how to program people. They presumably programmed all this ability into her so that they would learn. Like, just, you know, you know what I mean? Like the Doctor didn't evolve very much in 1 year, let alone 300, 200 days. It just seems disingenuous to say you're already good enough. The mystery, you're not good enough yet, but you're on the way. Like the Doctor wasn't even good enough until after season 7. We knew he was on his journey. Data, you're not good enough yet. Imagine season 1 once he learns a joke, say, "Oh, you're good enough as you are, Data." No, it sort of takes the power away a lot for me anyway, as a scriptwriter. Yeah, people have thoughts though, Stuart. I keep voting the poll as well.
They do have thoughts.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. Ray Ricks, £5. The voiceover was from Avery musical performance in the 90s. They clipped the audio from something he said on stage.
No, it
Okay.
was from a 2009 spoken word album called Here, which is one of the last things he ever did. At least that's what they publicly are saying it's from, which you can listen to now
All
free on
right.
YouTube.
Chris Edwards, $5. Why was Benny Russell's typewriter in the museum? That's from an alternate reality. Cisco never owned the typewriter. What the fuck? Yeah, I noticed that too. Don't have an issue with it. It could have been gifted to him from Jake or something. I
Well,
don't
it's
fucking know.
very the same thing as saying why is the flute in Picard's office, because it means something to him. The
Mhm.
Nautican flute, whatever. So presumably Cisco had he replicated he replicated that typewriter at some point in his life that we just didn't see as a memory to Benji or whatever his name was. That's fine. It's weird. That's one of his few possessions that's remained because there are so many better things. There's so many more things they could have brought out. And we talked about that in our review. The stuff on the museum is ultra lackluster. It's like super low effort, which is sad because they could have really done a good job with it, and they did a really vanilla effort. Makes you appreciate Dave Blass, doesn't it? All the stuff they worked into the Picard season 2 evil Picard office, right? Like they went over and above to make 6 skulls of enemies for one scene that is not even our Picard. And the real Cisco, the real thing, they couldn't even scrounge up 7 items. Right? Right? Isn't that a bit sad, the
Well,
difference?
he didn't have much. Surprised they didn't have the clock he built.
Well, but
But
everything could
they
be
did.
replicated. They could have picked anything from this entire thing. They could
But
have had.
what did he have? He wasn't a man of like things. He had his baseball.
Well, they
He
don't have to
liked
be
to
original.
build
But they don't have to be originals, do they? Not for a museum. They can still be. I would assume
no,
his three
it doesn't
uniforms.
matter. What would he have? There's nothing in his quarters that stands out as something that he collected or was he liked baseball. That was represented. He didn't have a lot of things.
Well, I would have had both of his uniforms.
The Daedalus
A
model, maybe.
Dennis model picture of a solar sailor, as in a model of a solar sailor he built. You know, a shot of him at the end of the treaty of the Dominion because he's helped save the war. A shot of him with Jadzia, a shot of him with the Kurz. You know what I mean? You could have easily had loads of things if they wanted to. He did enough in his life to have loads of things. And certainly a picture with him and Cassidy and Jake. You know what I mean? Saratoga. A side picture of Picard. It's like but he's like stabbed through. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Sergeant Montgomery, $5. Loved Reno and the doctor's interactions, but the entire side story was weak sauce. Feel they could have spent more time on the main story. 100% agree. Nobody's going to remember the side story when they think back on this episode. This is just the DS9 episode. So, classic for real, $5. We need them to clip Way of the Warrior so the circa 1995 to 96 Avery Brooks, Michael Dorn, and Martok can school them on saying Kittimer and Kalis. Damn. Um, Robert Buckley, $2. Season 5 or 55 here. We need more, like only 28. Yes, hit the like button, guys. Ray Ricks, £2. They could have had an older Kira as Kai of Bajor. They could have, yes, absolutely. Um, Kirk Solo, £5. Avery prided himself on playing a present black father, even if explainable in universe. Even if explainable in universe, what a huge insult. His daughter never knew him. I'm furious. Yeah.
Yeah, but actor wishes don't overdo character motivation and logic. And
Yeah.
he's a god now. Those things go above that, you know. I know he wasn't
Yeah.
very happy with the ending, but it's a logical ending of the character. It's sad. It's very Jesus of him, you know, sacrificed himself for the universe. You know, it's very in keeping.
Classic for real, $2. It was from Brooks doing Shatner's Rocket Man.
Well, yeah, just way later. It's true.
Sure. All right. Well, let's see if there's any PayPals, which I don't think there is. No. All right. So, Sam, what did
Hi.
you think of this episode
Oh,
first time through?
yes.
And what do you think on a rewatch?
We are different thoughts. Oh, you didn't say your bit. Are they different in two viewings? Like notably different?
Yes, because you know what's coming up and you know what to look for. So the silliness of the beginning, which seemed super long the first time you watched it, kind of gets fluffed away pretty quick. So,
Yeah, a similar experience. Yeah, so the first time I was bored by minute 6, actively bored. It was gimmicky for the sake of it. And Sam is an okay character. That's what character she has, but they make lots of odd choices, which are people's worst feeling about this show, as in the worst, you know, people didn't want quote unquote the Academy show to be about teen drama and nightclub stuff and kissing and stupid kid stuff, and this episode is the worst for that substantially. So this is the worst excesses of what the show can do. None of it was handled the worst. Like the nightclub wasn't just a modern day nightclub, it had a little bit of sci-fi, but not like everything's kind of not the worst it could have been. So I commend them for that. But certainly this is what the haters are looking for as a case study. That said, it counterbalanced that with some hardcore Trek canon. So it's like as both things butting up against each other, and then a B plot which is so forgettable I will not remember it next week kind of thing. And I'm shocked it's in the episode. I think there's probably, and this might be a bit harsh to you, but I've watched it twice now. I think there's probably 17 minutes of good episode in this, and 30 minutes of cut outable and don't lose anything, and then the rest is just mid. But 30 minutes I could cut out of this episode very happily. What do you think? Harsh, but for a quality episode.
no, I 100% agree. A lot of the beginning stuff, the silliness, and also the side story. I don't mind the side story. I want to make that clear. A lot of people found it boring, and it kind of was based on the pace of everything else. But it could have been another episode and been fine.
Well, the problem is, as
So
no payoff.
exactly,
It
we don't see
means
the ambassador.
it means absolutely nothing. And even if the whole point of it is just to have him go off at Holly Hunter, when you watch the scene back a second time, he says it out of nowhere. They've been helping him for the last like 2 hours very nicely. And he says it out of the blue, and it's like, this is bad writing. I, they're just like, we can't not have Holly Hunter episode. So the episode is definitely weak, and they did not. And I wish they just said, right, we're going to fully commit to the Sam story. We're going to include the MH because he knew Jake, he knew Cisco. We'll say that. Well, not Cisco, but like he knew the family, he knew Cassidy. So we're going to commit to those two characters, and we're going to have Dax as she was. We're going to have flashbacks to show who the hell Cisco is and who Jake is. Because guess what? This is not made for Star Trek fans. This is made for a new audience. They don't know who Avery Brooks Cisco is. They don't even know who Avery Brooks is. He's not been relevant for 30 years, right? You knew him back in the day for Spencer for Hire, but no one knows who he is now growing up. So he's a non-character for anybody new. And this is not aimed at old... I'm surprised there was no flashbacks or shots. At least there's a picture of Jake, but there's not a close-up of that picture on the window. So if you're far enough away from a TV, which I kind of am in my second watch, you can't necessarily read who the face is in that picture to then see when actually shot comes in, you could not know it was the same guy because of how badly that was shown. It was very, very odd. They needed to have blah, 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 his wife. Both wives would have been amazing. Cassidy Yates and Jennifer Cisco, because it should have been start with the first scene, should have been the big red orb saying, learn about this, blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, sorry, start there, hard cut there. Then she goes to the thing, she gets her assignment, and then she starts a big holographical look through Cisco's life and only about herself. And she holographically recreates both wives. They can both get to a prize. Doesn't matter if they're older, they both look great. And Jake, and well, possibly even the daughter we never saw would have been even stronger. That's a big minefield to go into, but you could have done that. And then Kira, because as you'd said, which is why I said in the original review, you have the wife, the wife perspective, the son perspective as father, and then Kira, obviously bringing Kira because she was not just his really good friend, but also her spiritual leader, and then a martyr after, and then, she's going to be asked the rest of her life, what was he really like? And she's going to have to say who he was in a way that's, and you have all three back, doesn't matter when you pull them from the timeline, they look their age, and you have the whole story of these holographic characters dealing with Sam, and then that's the story. Not about a fish fart, and not about her going around being Poppy, which is not very watchable. It's fine, but it's not good, right? So that missed opportunity in most ways, and Jake was fine, but he was only in one small recording, and then a fictitious vision she had where he's being very sweet, but it has no weight because it's not really him in any way. If you take it literally, she didn't even read the book yet. She's just read the first page, so she's extrapolating his voice based on a little bit of whatever. Plus the concept of the AI holograms is dumb at the start. They were made by organics. The organics left. They evolved. They made a society. But even though being made by organics, they don't know what food is. Because she says what she's there to work out, and it's really basic stuff. So how do literally computer programs forget what their makers had called food enough to need someone else to come in and work out what food is? Nonsensical. And it's even worse the second time. You're like, did they really say that the first time? So yeah, I don't think they really thought through the idea of a hologram life form, as they've not obviously covered how she's being generated or what she can do. They really yeah, it's lackluster episode for sure. Yeah, but yeah, things and bobs. I also don't like that she's portraying her people in a sense to go, go. Obviously, they're being a bit dickish, but no, you at least stay in contact with them meaningfully. It's just very like, oh, assertive's how I should be. It's like, well, it's not, yeah, not a good ending either. But hopefully more of Dax.
Yeah. Robert Buckley gifted 5 memberships, so thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
I'm not gonna. Maybe I will read off who they are. So welcome to the channel, C. Karstig, Zan 31119, Desert Rat, Matthew Mahler, and Rob's Wayne.
Beautiful.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you. Welcome.
Sasagiro 2000, €10. I was thinking of a timing of a fitting trilogy, or oh my God, I was thinking of a fitting and analogy ever since I watched the episode, and I came to this. This was the equivalent of robbing a skeleton from a church reliquary and using it in a child's doll tea party.
Mm.
Okay, yeah.
Well, definitely all the weight of the episode's quality is just the Cisco connection. Without that,
Yeah.
it's terrible. Everything revolves around that. It can't. I mean, that's the point of the episode, but it has no substance apart from that at all, which is a shame because it could have done more with less.
Yeah. Captain John Mailer, £5.
Thanks so much.
Arrived late. Apologies if already covered. Did anyone think Chick was a recast Cisco? Even though he isn't, I felt he would be a good shout.
Oh,
He's the
bring the.
voice of the hologram person.
Oh yeah, great actor. I really like. He was the villain in the Serenity movie.
Oh yeah.
You really can't hear it's him because they do so much modulation. And what a big name guy to get for that. What a weird get, but he's a great. I really like the guy from what I've seen. He's a yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
BJ $2 found the B plot more interesting due to the characters. There you go.
but is the B plot which B plot? Because there's the A plot's the Cisco, the B plot is her realization, the C plot is the love
No, the B
story,
plot's
and the D plot is the dinner.
No, the B plot's the dinner.
Oh, definitely more like C plot level in terms of how much is in it.
Fleet Paw, $10. Everyone complaining about Cisco abandoning his wife and children. I remind you of the prophet saying linear. What is this? Cisco currently exists out of linear time. Time means nothing to him. Exactly. But the fact that we know that he doesn't come back to say anything to Jake, at least if it was a recording of that, at the time of that recording, says a lot. Like you can return at any time in their lives just to say, hey, what's up?
It's actually worse than on linear because it means he chose never to return in
He
his
chose
life.
never to return.
Yeah. Also means that the Cisco could have gone back and helped during the Dominion War and he chose not to. Right? Non-linear means he could have helped at any point. So it's much worse. Being linear at least means that when Jake dies, okay, he's done. But Cisco could have returned at any point, and he didn't. They made a clear point that he didn't actually return. That's really sad because otherwise it would have been in the book. Something would have been in the book that was meaningful. But yeah.
All right, should we actually get to the video?
Now it's funny. The first time this was annoying because it just feels like this is such a. It's going to get criticized for decades to come. This sort of childish version intro. Second time I didn't give a shit because I didn't. None of the stuff I tuned a lot of it out because it's meaningless. You know, like the start. It's fun, but also dumb, but also could have been better.
Mm.
And why is she dancing in a room alone? It's just not good TV. Would you agree? This intro, just fundamentally, not good television.
I think it's fun. I just don't think it fits this show. This feels like either CW or Disney kind of
Disney's
vibe. So
also she does talk to the camera, but it's not a real, which means all this is also fictitious because she's not really talking to us. She's fourth wall breaking, but she hasn't got that ability, so all this stuff is fiction within itself. They don't care or know.
yeah. Not much to say, honestly, with all this.
I mean, they're trying. I just wish it was much better.
Yeah. And I do have to say, like, and I thought this like halfway through this episode, actually during the club scene, which I hated. I hated most of that. But I really like all these characters. Even some of the war college guys. The only one I don't like is the Romulan female. Can't stand her at all. Kyle's fantastic. The
Just
other
a nice lad.
Vulcan, the other Vulcan I can kind of like too. And all these main characters, I didn't think I would like them all going into this show, but I really do. I like every one of the characters. So I want good things for them.
Well, yeah,
But
I think the show would be unwatchable if the cast wasn't, for you and me, enjoyable to watch.
yeah,
It would just be unwatchable. The fact that they can elevate stuff is great. The fact that, and I commend Caleb for not being a sourpuss. I was in prison for 20 years. I've lived a terrible life. He's so freaking chill and happy. He doesn't make a lick of sense to his backstory, but it's so much more enjoyable to watch.
And he's not
and
bringing up his mom every 5 seconds, like everybody was worried about.
he's not trying to escape. He's none of that stuff that is in theory part of his plot is in it, which is great because he's just a chill guy to watch. And Genesis is not that annoying. She's just there. Sam is not that annoying when she's side. She's just there. They're really not doing a lot with the beta lady, but again, different makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're all. I'm for the most part happy with every scene they're in.
I love Jaden. I think he's an awesome character.
He's so underplayed. I actually a message. I didn't message. I commented on his own the
Yeah, I
actor's
saw
post.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, he really is going the Worf approach. That very sort of slow, low, only putting like Martok and Gowan. They speak bold, but Worf is very much little bit and talking, and like that really
Yeah.
suits that. He's just
Yeah.
nervous, but it really works as like the low key season 1 level Worf. Like, I was just throwing stuff in here and there. There you go. Here he is. It's good. It
Mhm.
works.
Sesagiro 2000, though, 20 euros. Thank you
Oh,
so much. To expand, Cisco was about the conflict between destiny and free will and his competing roles as Starfleet officer and Bajoran religious figure. It's not equivalent to an overbearing parent being unhappy with their kid's course selection. That's true. Yeah, for her calling herself the emissary the whole time, I was kind of like, seriously? You're comparing your emissariness to Cisco's? Um, yeah, it's a little bit of a inflated self-esteem thing there, I think,
but that's what I
somewhat.
took from it, that she is delusional. As in, not literally, but she doesn't. She's only
Well,
two.
her friends would have told her if she was going on, and I'm surprised they didn't.
You say that, but one of them calls her the queen of the universe, whatever. They just like her. They're just they because the thing is, she's a bit dumb. Various scenes, she's actively stupid and unintelligent and unself-aware. So she's very like a child. So they're treating her like a child in a nice way. Like she's really young. So it makes sense that she would overblow everything to make it parallel, which is not, you know, but that's fine. She's not very smart, even though she can remember everything going in and has all the memories despite not knowing where anything is. Blah blah. But also, uh, do, 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 Peter says, if you like these characters, you just like teen drama shows. There are a lot of great teen drama shows.
And I'm not a fan of teen drama shows,
Yeah,
so
Gossip Girl's fantastic. I
never
mean,
seen it.
yeah, it's a really, really good show because it was well written as well. There's loads of great teen. I mean, it's a whole genre for a reason. It's very popular with millions and millions and millions of people. There's some really good teen drama shows, and this is not as teeny or this one worse, but there is not that much teeny drama.
Hmm. But yeah, then she talks to her creators, and they're like, "We want you to do a thing." Yes, she explains that they all have intangible behaviors, and they ask her to explain, and she talks about the turf war for the atrium, where he puts the divider down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that Jet just walks up and, oh, cool, and walks away and then laughs off screen. Um, but yeah, and they basically say, you know what, go and we want you to take this course, understanding the or confronting the
No, we're
unexplainable.
telling you to. It's
Yes,
a yeah, a must.
yeah. And I got to admit, Kyle and Jaden, you're like on the wrong side here. Um,
It is unfortunate that his jacket and shirt combo looks terrible with the skirt. He looks
yes.
like he walked right off. You know, like the combination is so like he's actually on. He's like skirts whatever, don't care. He's actually at the class right now, so he should be in uniform properly, and he looks terrible as an ensemble. You know, especially
Mm,
as the contrast to the military academy, who literally wear their full jackets to a nightclub. You know what I mean? The
mhm,
contrast.
yeah. Um, yeah, and then we also find out about them hiding the fact that they want to have sex, essentially.
Hiding.
Yes, the pheromones and whatnot. And I love that he's chewing on a Jamba stick.
Uh huh.
Small thing, but DS9 reference for sure.
Good reference.
Although I never got the sense that Jamba sticks were like gummy. This is like a gummy stick. The Jamba sticks in DS9 always look like they were like frozen or like
I can't remember them
solid.
enough to have any comment.
Yeah. So
But
anyway,
did you like this intro? 'Cause it's obviously very silly, but did you like it overall? Because you went through a lot of stuff there. Did you like it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it just fine.
Hmm.
First time I'm waiting for the DS9 stuff though, so I was kind of like irritated going through it.
Right, right, right.
Second time I enjoyed it more because I knew where it was going. So it's one of those different on a rewatch for sure.
And Royce and Bailey, I've not watched this show. Can I explain to me why the Klingon is wearing a skirt? Because it's an optional extra for the uniform, just like men wore scants in season 1 TNG. He chose to,
Yeah.
it's optional, they're unisex. Why is it an issue? They're unisex. Why are women wearing trousers? That's the exact same argument. And I think women are allowed to
Yeah.
wear trousers. But yeah,
Um,
yeah, there's a lot of stuff. This is the academy bit of the episode, of course. Um, I gosh, I went through so many things. I didn't like that she was solving all the issues because she's not that smart. But again, I felt that was just her delusion as just a meta thing that's not really a real scene, but so therefore it kind of explains itself. I assume the bully guy knew who's eating banana to show them I can do it, or do they trick him? I
they
couldn't.
tricked him because she said he never checks to see whether there's banana in it.
But he's going, see, I'm fine, which means he knows there's something wrong with it.
No, he swallowed it. I actually swallowed it. He doesn't know what's in it, and he didn't stop to check to see if there was banana in
So it
it. She
wasn't so
makes
much
a
a
point of
trick
saying
as
that.
a he didn't ask.
Yeah, just eat this disgusting
Okay, so
shit.
so it
Here.
wasn't okay. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with him doing glitter. I'm confused that being an issue. He's an alien. He vomits glitter.
Yeah.
It's dumb, but like as I said in the comment, Worf drinking prune juice is dumb. It's a dumb quirk. It's fine. It's fine.
Hmm.
Makers are a bit annoying, but that's okay. They're meant to be. Playing the TOS instruments fun. That was a nice allegory. I liked that overall. Although in the same classroom set again, you know what I mean? We're
Yes.
being a bit
Yep.
like the show's feeling more and more insular. There wasn't a single space shot or establishing shot wasn't old. This is a really cheap episode and it felt really small and low budget in terms of, I'm surprised. This is definitely one of the cheapest episodes of the season. Laser thing was fine. I like the fact they're addressing the fact that the war college are in their dorms. Like, yeah, you broke our stuff. And it means that it's taken, what, like 2 months and it's not fixed. So they really screwed the pooch on this. That trick really went a long way. And yeah, Jet's
Mhm.
funny. Sex thing comes across as a bit creepy because he's just staring at her. But I guess they won't they'd for a while. It's very ill explored this episode because it feels like a lot's happened in between the episodes, but nothing has physically. So they jumped from, so we can't be together because emotions to,
Yep.
it's out of
I like
nowhere.
how later she says it's a will he, won't he. One person will he, won't he.
But it's
It's
not,
like,
you've said no the whole time.
yeah, you've made a point that you can't be emotionally like. Anyway,
And
it's fine.
he's allowed to
Whatever.
keep pursuing, but they've not. It's not consistent with the previous episode, so it feels inorganic and for the sake of it. It's a problem
Yeah.
because it's like the C plot. But then she goes to the room. You get a bit of I guess the Guardian Forever is now very, very in the open. Not a secret anymore. It would have been cool to have Carl the Professor, though. That'd be a nice twist for that to come back and teach us a lecture. That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, there's the galactic barrier there. There's a lot of really cool references on these.
I feel like I should know what the Katra stones are, because that Katra is the Vulcan thing, but it's not literally a giant stone, so I don't understand that.
I don't either. It's probably a reference to something that we like beta canon, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Cisco, obviously didn't get Avery's likeness. Because I do not believe for a second that because the Bajorans say don't show it in our culture, that Federation wouldn't. Of course they would. You can't single out that when every other race would want to see. It's kind of a cool visual, but you definitely have had his face. So I guess they couldn't get his likeness approved. I guess Avery wouldn't approve it. Not that you should have to because it's stock footage, but I don't know. I don't know, right? Then we introduced to Lady, who was spoiled for me that she was Dak, so I knew the entire time. I wouldn't say it's a huge twist because her knowledge of Cisco plays this much part into the story, which I kind of liked. It was just a small thing. Well, no, did you? Not that you didn't see him, but like, what did you think of the first appearance? Because we both had different perspectives then.
I just thought, is this person going to become a recurring character, or is this a one-off?
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm like,
yeah.
I love the way she acts. I love her poise. I love the way she talks. This lady's very familiar. That's kind of where I was.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's not Mariner. I mean, you can hear the voice. She's not hiding her voice, but of course, it's her voice. But she's obviously doing a slightly different accent. She's
Yes.
trying, but she's still trying through it. I just wish she didn't say, "Oh, that's cool." She still has those modernistic phrases that take away from being the alien, but she doesn't use conjunctions in some moments, so it's kind of a mix, which I appreciate. And the makeup's damn heavy. New uniform, another new uniform. I want to ask for a custom uniform. It's not very flattering on her, I would say, and the color's one
Oh, I
dimensional.
disagree. You can really see the hourglass figure in a lot of shots. Like it really form fits to her body.
See, I like more petite women, so it just looks like a big hourglass versus an hourglass for me. Um, I feel like it's padded because I associate Cardassians being bigger, so that makes sense to me. But I don't think her shoulders that broad or anything. You know, they bulked her out. It feels like, but yeah, there's no color. So I wonder if there's a professor's uniform. I don't know. Another
Yeah.
custom. Ah, I've done it for the neck. That's why her shoulders are broad. They're hiding the fact that she should see a
Well, they
full neck, and there isn't any neck, like
and
properly.
she also has shoulder pads. You can tell.
Yeah. So yeah, that's to hide the makeup because I'm sure Kardashians would have neck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I mean, cool hair. Obviously a wig, but I really like the hair combo with the because Kardashians don't have hair. Do have hair? I can't recall.
Cassian's have hair,
I have hair. Out of my head. Yeah, the
and
ladies
that's
have
her
hair.
hair. That's her hair. That's not a wig. It's the same hair she had in Lower Decks. She's got very curly hair.
I just think it was thinner than her hair. I would have said, and it felt like a wig to me
Mm.
because it was very nice. Like it fitted really well. Uh, but I like how in second watch you know that she's saying you are not going to solve this. Anything I say now is to humor you. That comes across the second time. The first time you're thinking we might learn something with DS9 because that's the premise of the episode, right? We'll learn something, but we don't. We really don't. But she's humoring her, which I kind of find charming the second time.
Mhm. Yeah. Uh,
Although 59 votes, did you think the Avery voice at the end was a new clip, or do you realize it was an old clip? And yes, 71% realized it was an old clip. Good, good.
indeed. Let's see what you guys are doing. 63 people here, 43 likes, guys. Hit that like button. Let's get those likes up to 50. Um, that would be awesome. BJ throws in $2 and says that Dax looked great in uniform. Indeed, indeed. Um, now my live feed went funky. Hold on a second. So yeah, hit the like button, guys. Let's get those likes up. Sam's putting up new polls. Be sure to vote in that. And keep letting us know your thoughts and feelings on this episode. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This is your intermission. All Sam types. Uh, yeah, I at the end of this episode, she does say, "I want to see you. I expect to see you in my class next semester or next term, whatever." And so hopefully she'll be a big part of season two. Not a big part, but like showing up occasionally. Because now we have access to Dax. We have access to all of that time period. And yes,
Every time period.
people have pointed out that Trills lived to be 800 years old. But a lot can happen in Star Trek and science fiction. She could have gone through a temporal thing, jumped 200 years in the future. She could have been in stasis. She could have got imprisoned for something a past Dax did and was in a stasis prison for like 300 years. No, you don't know. So I don't have a problem with it being Dax.
Yeah, it was the
But
exact same thing as the Jem'Hadar lady. They're so far in the future they can be an easy explanation. Yes, she's too old for a Dax symbiont, and obviously she's in a young body, so it doesn't even come across as being whatever. But yeah, various reasons. I don't believe that she could be 1,000 years old. I'm not gonna buy she just happens to be the longest living Siltrill symbiont by another third or another fourth almost. But yeah, she stuck in time. She's Scottied. She
mhm.
volunteered after her 2600s to go into cryosleep in the because I'm sure you could freeze a symbiont willingly in the pond and slow down their metabolic rate. Because the Dax is the symbiont, so as long as the symbiont survives, you know what I mean. So if I'll peace out for 300 years, I'll see you, yeah. There's obviously a story there if you want it to be.
Yeah,
No, I liked her.
exactly.
Good vibe. She's not Mariner. The makeup is a bit distracting because it feels very heavy and like fake skin. Because when you had like Goldicott, it was additive and then paint. This feels like there's prosthetics everywhere, and so it felt a bit more she's in cosplay makeup than just a Cardassian. But I don't know. Michael Westmore's a genius, right? He just made everyone in DS9 just feel like skin. So I don't know. New materials aren't always better. Same with the Klingons often. But yeah, it's a good design anyway.
And Thrip says maybe it's Dax's kid, Dax Jr. No, it's the Dax. They make a point of saying that at the
I
end.
don't think symbiotes can
I don't think that's how
have
that works
babies because they're little.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And it would be Dax, Jr.
Classic for real throws in $2. Best Lanthanite Dax host, problem solved. Past Lanthanite Dax host, problem solved.
You missed the point.
Trill. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the symbiont's life, not the host's life. The symbiont can't live 800 or 900 years.
Well, I think he's theorizing if you put a symbiont in a Lanthanite, there might be like interaction with the biology that makes the symbiont live longer, perhaps. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, already you're jumping the gun of Nig put into a non-trill. Already that's a huge, because their body's literally designed to carry this thing from.
Again, medical advances, just throw in a trill pouch in anybody. People have been making a big deal about her having a trill pouch because she's part Cardassian. Like, fuck off. Well, it's just a stupid argument.
Well, no, it's fair enough until you start explaining it for one sentence, right?
Yeah.
It's that sort of, it's rhetoric, not understanding. It's because I like the logic that the Cardassian genes are so dominant visually that even though she's been a trill, her mum's trill, her grandma's a trill, her great, like 10 generations up, but the 11th's a Cardassian, and that freaking thing has stayed. Or, similar vein, some people have hair that was actually their grandmother's because it skips generation. So maybe her great-great-granddad was a Cardassian, and of her 7 siblings, they all have varying degrees of the level and happen to come in her. It's fine. I'm glad she wasn't part Bajoran because that would have felt contrived. I'm third Bajoran, third Cardassian, third Trill for unity. It's like, no, just fine. That's too much. It's too much.
Sasagiro 2005 euros. Something I noticed with new Trek makeup in general, the prosthetics lack weathering. Old Trek had additional painted in shadows to increase realism.
It is odd how it looked more real 30 years ago. Like, notably more real.
It's also different. Filming with better cameras and I think way different lighting than they used to as well. So that might show off the prosthetics quite differently.
Yeah, but they were also trying their best at the time, as in to be cinema grade.
Oh, I know.
And of course, no, I mean, that's obviously a fair point, but also we've seen the same aliens in Insurrection Nemesis, and those are using far more advanced stuff. So if they look the same there, they should look the same. You know what I mean? Yeah. But then we get a fun picture book, which is rather quaint. And I like they comment about Bajorans go hard because they freaking just tell the truth, you know.
Yeah.
And what's nice about this is that 5 years ago, we would be shocked they kept visual continuity because they never did. That's Norb, that's Cisco. They do visual continuity, and it's like, good job.
Yeah.
As they should. Good.
Classic for real makes the point with $2 and says William Riker was a Trill host. He was for a short time.
Yeah, modified and it killed him almost. So it wasn't working. Was
but
the
he's
point?
Just a weak human. He, other species might be able to.
But it was going to kill him.
Yeah, it's just a silly argument in my mind because there's always explanations if you're open-minded.
But if you don't give it, you're giving credit to the show, which might not have thought of anything, you know? What confused me with this scene is that in one of the pictures, he's Commander Cisco, but with the grey uniform. But he was a captain when he was grey.
A lot gets lost in over 8 centuries.
Yeah, there is. He's a commander.
He started as a commander on the station. They just a lot gets lost to time. The person that drew the book might be like, I don't know. I know the one uniform. That's what I'm going to draw him in.
It's just
Who
odd.
cares?
Well, it's just there's a big deal of him being a commander and then a captain, and they say Captain Cisco, and it's a 4th pip. It's a lack of care and attention that the show should put in.
Also that picture you're showing, it could be that there is a 4th pip just because of how high it is. I don't know.
Again, that's yeah. You know what I mean? He could be holding a phaser. Yeah, it would have been easy to put 4 pips in. It's just a weird thing to get wrong, notably, because he wasn't a commander in the Greys.
Mm.
I just try really hard to get everything perfect, so it's weird when the simplest things aren't. Were you expecting like flashbacks here, or was the book sufficient? Because I feel like they could and should have used shots of the wormhole and shots of him on DS9. Like this would have been the moment to show it organically.
Did not expect that. I expected, if anything, I expected the pictures in the book to come alive and have like animated things
Oh, that'd
going
been
on.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that would have been the time for old fans. Who is Cisco? Or as a new fan, sorry. He's some guy. New fans don't even know what the old grey uniforms were, right? So none of that means anything to them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the author at the book. Oh, who's the author? Did it say the author?
Yeah, it's on the cover.
Something Oto and Ella Seta. Okay.
I do love Caleb's thought here. Like, he's an emissary. He's dead. They always end up dead for telling people what they don't want to hear, for doing crap jobs that nobody else wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
I love the discussion here about it.
Mm-hmm.
And even he was marked MIA for 800 years. Again, dude, you live in a fucking universe where crazy shit happens. Yes. It's fine.
I mean, Scotty was MIA for 80 years.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
Franklin was as well. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm. One small thing about this scene is that I like the scene in general. I like the interplay. It's a really nice little like just there's a little acting going on for like just being themselves in an organic way. How do they know about the fire caves? Because Cisco went alone and then died, so he didn't tell anybody. Did Cisco tell Jake and Cassidy he went to the fire caves and they told?
Maybe, yeah.
Because I
I wouldn't
don't.
be surprised. Like I gotta go do this thing. I'll be
Yeah.
back.
Because I don't
And they never
remember. Because
return.
sure, that's a secret thing. The fire caves. I don't remember. I haven't seen the last episode in a long time. If he announced to his crew, "I'm going to the fire caves alone. Don't follow me." I feel like he just went and didn't tell anybody.
I think he thought I have something to do. And I
Yeah.
think he's the kind of person that would have left a note or something for Cassidy and Jake to
Yeah. Okay.
explain
A
what
note.
happened.
That's fine. I just thought it was a bit odd. They knew the whole story, but no one was there to witness the story because they both died. Small thing,
Yeah.
but there's no proof.
Yeah. Robert Buckley, $5 was disconnected,
Oh.
but I'm back.
Hey.
We at like 50 likes. So Jeff. Yes, it's time for Jeff to
Oh.
super chat in.
But you could PayPal for more support for the channel. Just saying.
Mm.
And there's also a PayPal shit.
Okay, it's that second Fleet Paw.
Ooh.
$5. There is precedent in DS9 for not 100% trill hosts. Remember the planet Gaia from Children of Time? Dax's host in the show was only a quarter trill.
And they had to find a way to save Dax, otherwise the symbiote would die. So they necessity created. Yeah, love it. There you go. That's the canon connection to shut up everyone else.
And $5 from Jeff Jacobs. We did it. 50 likes and hashtag made Jeff pay. Now let's have some fun. I will pay a mystery amount at 60, depending on how long it takes. My call. Let's go. So hit the like button, guys.
Okay.
All right, and then moving to the PayPal, we have a PayPal from Ray Ricks again. $7. Thank you. Says, I have to leave off to cinema, just addressing something in your original review regarding non-trills having symbionts. It actually doesn't take that much, as Adira, a human, was able to hold the Tal symbiote. Yeah, I know, Disco. Yeah.
But in fairness, that was future tech on where they let the ship's computer modify them genetically to do it.
Yeah.
With
There's always explanations in sci-fi. Funny that, eh?
But then you get a scene which is I find odd, but again, she's not a smart person. She walks into the lab, and I like how it says of Bajor, not from Bajor. So I guess given that Bajor has so many people, it's now a cultural thing. You don't have to be Bajoran to be
exactly,
which works fine.
The main problem I have is this scene. He grabs her ear and says, "Your paw is strong." How the fuck does a hologram have a paw? Or is she just like paying lip service to the fact that that's what you say when you Yes, that thing.
And then she grabs it, and then it
That's
says,
hilarious.
and then your power is strong, so is yours. It's a very disingenuous scene because it doesn't understand the point of the scene. As in, for it to make sense, it would have been fantastic if he'd done that. He says, "You have no power. Are you the hologram too?" I am. Hi.
Yeah.
And then she try his hand. Oh, and you're really warm. Oh, like you could have
Yeah.
made it much funnier. This scene doesn't make any sense because of course she hasn't got any power. And if you don't need a physical body to have power, it means nothing.
Yeah.
It means nothing. Yeah. So
And,
yeah.
and she goes on to insult their culture. Have
Oh
you guys
yeah.
had any interactions with the Cisco? Like something concrete, not this ridiculous mumbo jumbo, basically. And then I love the hard cut to Aki's office, and it's like, it says here you pulled someone's ear and yelled, "Prove to me he's still alive."
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that made me kind of chuckle because that was great.
I remember this lady has a photographic memory. She googled everything about Cisco. She's the official emissary of the planet, and everything here she does is wrong. She's not smart, guys. Don't take what she says seriously. She's a low IQ being, unfortunately, but we kind of knew that. I love the reaction shots, the people here, especially that, I guess, Indian lady. She's just like,
Yeah.
they're really nice because these people don't have, like, they know their gods are real. They know Cisco is real. They know all these things. There's no, it's not a religion. It's just it's a worshipping aliens, right? So they know it's real in the abstract, even if they haven't seen it. So they're like, they don't care if she's being weird about it because, like, I go speak to the orbs. It's chill, you know.
Fleet Pa throws in $2. I hate their earrings. No individuality in them.
Were the
I
earrings
only I
originally
only noticed I
individual?
only noticed Jake Sisko's, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't even see. Why? I didn't look.
Exactly.
I mean, aren't they meant to be the same earring?
I think he means the old ones had two. Like he mentioned it last night in one of the group chats. Said they had two connection points. They were more like
Oh, just the design
pretty,
in
I
general.
guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I prefer the old one too. These are more subtle. But also, if culturally they've gone away from being Bajoran, then maybe there's more of a streamlined one that more species can wear.
Yeah.
Because that would make sense, because, design Bajoran
Yeah.
is. No, I like the hard cut. Aki is never in uniform when not on duty, just chilling out. It's very in character.
Hmm.
And very much dealing with a child. Although I'm very glad, I will say, I groaned for a second. There's a moment when Aki stands up and Sam's there, and it felt like she was going to hug her. And I would have been so cringing, like, God damn it. But then she walks away because she's got stuff to do. I'm like, okay, good. That's so, like, it's so not a, right.
Yeah.
But he didn't do it. Good. Phew.
And they did make a point of saying they don't even show images of him anymore because they
yes.
believe he transcended human form. So that's why we haven't seen any pictures of like, come on.
It's terrible. Well, I mean, yeah, explain why we didn't get Avery's likeness approved. That's a reason. But it's he's a Starfleet captain first and foremost, you know. But it shows how, yeah, even with stuff that is actually true, the mystery and the spiritual of it can overcome, and that's why religions, sometimes, yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And then we go back to section 31 with those sets, and
Robert Buckley is there, and he gives 5 Trekyards memberships.
He's in that room, crazy.
So welcome Starmax.
Ooh.
AJ was there.
Is he here?
Ruben Loza, 1920. Engraved Ring of Healing.
Oh, it's a cool name.
Demstran. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Thank you.
And yes, Jeff Robert is amazing. You guys are superb. I thought this scene genuinely, because it's a really cool water effect. It's a really nice rendering, because that's obviously not real. I was convinced he's gonna come out like, someone has flooded my office. That's what I thought. I thought it was more prank war stuff or whatever. But they go through and it's not. It's a water hologram of the sea. But he's wet.
Yes. Oh, he's sweating. She mentions it like 3 times.
But he's
not wet. He's just sweating and nervous.
I was convinced this was a trick. Everything he said in the scene feels like he was sent an anonymous email by a hacked account saying, your famous person who never talks to anybody has come and asked him everything. And you have to break the rules, because he's breaking the rules here to make the sea warm. Everything here sounds so fake. So I was like, okay,
Fire eels.
Yeah, it's and the way she's treating him is like, uh-huh, sure it is. Everything about it says that to me. So I
Yeah.
was, I was expecting some weird like more this is double revenge payoff, but there's no.
Yeah.
It's not even an alien race we know. Can you imagine if it was the TNG creatures with the
Yeah.
that would have been nice, and one of them appears at the end. But I was very confused about this scene, going like, why is this here? Okay, I guess it's up for the prank. I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this Chancellor and another military, they take the military very seriously. They want
Mm-hmm.
to come visit his training. It's just fine. Chancellor Amal is her name, but
Mm-hmm. We never meet. Or never
no.
mentioned again.
Might be come up in a future episode. We don't know, but
I'm gonna assume not, but I'm hoping it is.
yes.
And you're
Yes.
right. Actually, they might have just had this in episode like 2 or 7, and to move it because reasons. But it's a set for episode 9. That would make sense
Hmm.
because it's
Hmm.
entirely separate, right? This could be filmed for any episode and would have worked fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping, but also I do not care one bit.
Well, it sounds ridiculous because the fire eels, he's got to warm up a lagoon they're in of the ocean, and they bring a fleet of eels for protection. And then the question's raised, what about if he gets attacked on land? He's like, I don't know. So yeah, I thought the same thing. Is he being pranked
Yes,
somehow? It just seems kind of silly because he's like, actually, I don't know.
which I thought that was a really
So
good bit of acting. Because I guess
yeah,
they live in water, which is fun. Because
yeah,
land's quite
yeah, yeah.
important, you know. But also, it was interesting that I mean, talk about episode 2, 3. Uh, he's siphoning off power from the spaceship in orbit of his facility, which he doesn't have access. He doesn't have, like that's wirelessly. He's nicking their fusion generators or the warp core power because he's actually making the academy not work. That's a
Yeah.
huge thing to do, right? And if this thing's powered by warp core, he's literally siphoning warp power to heat an ocean. Who the hell? I mean, this is not like
A
in the
lagoon
bay.
they're in.
That's sorry, and that's a lot. I mean, I got the sense it was like thousands of miles away, like in a different sea. I didn't think it was in.
No, no, it's right off the.
Okay,
You can see part of the San Francisco
okay.
Bay thing.
I was surprised you shouldn't go at him as much because you're literally stealing our power. To stop the thing from
Well,
working is a very odd scene.
he does say, I don't answer to you.
Doesn't mean you can steal my
So
ship's power.
I know, I know.
And then at the end, I thought it was like,
Why?
oh,
Yeah, why do you want to help me? Goodness of my heart, brain parasite. I don't know.
sorry. or
Yeah,
or
I
just
feel bad. I feel bad for the
yeah,
plants.
which is fair because they suck. We're like two
Yeah.
months in, and I was convinced at the end same thing. Like, how the hell would she know this random civilizations that don't speak to outsiders? They say that they're super internalized. She knows all their rituals enough to help him to brief him on a talk, which he can Google all the information himself. So I thought it's all a prank. It's all a prank. That's just knows stuff. I don't know.
Well, she's 400 years old, so
I know, but what are the chances though? But then finally we get to the museum and it is a hollow recreation
virtual access.
in a
Yep.
room that already exists, which in reality is just the display wall has some files and there are like 5 items that have been hollow recreated. And most of it is just about his hometown with either AI created images like that one that
Hmm.
or just like you can tell those aren't real images in the sense of they're not stock footage. I don't know why so much was about his town 1750. None of that stuff's about Cisco. Like his town's fine, but half of it was not about Cisco. I
Yeah,
don't
there's
care about 1975 Superdome
tw
opens. Why is that relevant to Cisco?
2236 anti-food replicator movement. That'd be his dad, like not wanting to use replicated food. So there are things of interest here, but yeah,
Wait,
let's
hold
not the
on.
big
What years do
button.
you
Want
say?
want to know more?
Oh,
It's yeah,
was
2236.
his dad alive in 20? Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Just the movement of not using replicated food. That's exactly his dad.
Right.
That's exactly his dad's thought, right?
His picture should have been there then.
If he was part of it, yes.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Link them. There's a shocking lack of. Obviously, they own the rights to DS9 and Defiance. They have those renders, but there's a lack of faces and personality. I was just yeah, very odd, very very odd.
Then we get his screen used uniform, which surprised me a tad because you would think that it would be an actual like look more Starfleet realistic, but it's also in that case it would be 700 years old, so it'd still look rough. But anyway, I just love the little loops on the pants that you don't really see all that much, but yeah,
Especially the shows in standard definition. Those are like 10 pixels
yeah,
wide, you know?
yeah. Um, but yeah, this is nice. I just the big button. Want to know more? Just like that's very Starship Troopers. Um, Jeffrey says I agree. Why do a hologram on the transporter? So yeah, they're in San Francisco. The museum is in New Orleans. Just transport to the fucking museum. Have it be attached to the restaurant, maybe. The restaurant was converted into a museum. Whatever. Don't care.
Well, that
It
would
would
have
just been nice to have gone somewhere.
because it's so sterile. This it's just a few plinths with a few items on and displays.
Yeah, yeah,
But they didn't want to build a set. Cisco is defined by his rusticness, right?
yeah.
They need to go to like a I said in the review a random art gallery in Toronto, furnish it with more things, and because I mean look at this wall, right? You've got a baby that's not him. You've got
That could be his daughter that was born from Cassidy. That's what I'm hoping.
you've got a CGI rendering of a new CGI rendering of both the Defiant and DS9 as in like not from the show. You've got a still frame from what we have behind on the space battles, a VFX still from the wormhole effect and the thing of Jake. And those are the things that define Cisco's life. You know what I mean? It's so
Yeah,
impersonal to what
yeah.
it could be. It's really lackluster. I mean, what would you give this abstractly out of A B C D E F just for like quality of execution?
For representing Cisco,
Representing Cisco for what it's trying to do, yes. It's holographic. There could be unlimited things here.
C plus.
I would agree.
Yeah,
Maybe C, but I love the uniform. It's so wonderfully battered, and it's because they do jumpsuits for the most part in DS9 these uniforms. So they've actively picked the one they had in the archive. They picked ones that he wore when they go to like Desert Planet when he has his two piece because they're all
hmm
one pieces. So he actually has this is a never used uniform in terms of like you can count on two hands in 200 episodes. So it really shows like how high it goes because what. Well, the mannequin's too tall. Probably the mannequin's too tall. It's probably not Avery's size. Why would it be, right?
yeah, yeah,
It looks great. I loved seeing the original. And then
yeah.
I will say though, with no criticism, that orb looks fucking amazing. The
Yes.
outside and the effect is absolutely that to me is the most perfect visual update I've ever seen because it's exactly what I remember, but it's moving and more alive. It's really crisp, which means it doesn't feel as ethereal because it's not. It's a
hmm
hologram, but it's beautiful. I mean, it's clearly all CG and I love it. It's 11
Yeah,
out of 10, Stuart.
yeah,
Huge fan of that.
yeah. Yeah, and I've pointed out too that I think a lot of people will forget that this isn't a real orb. This is a real orb at the museum, but this is virtual access to it. So, and she asks all these questions, and then she says, you can't hear me, can you?" And then it fades out. And I was expecting something at that moment because even though it is virtual, I was expecting something. So, anyway, yeah, I agree. The visual looks fantastic. Yeah, yeah. And this is where she's going on about her. She doesn't think she can do what her makers made her for, or she doesn't know if she can complete her mission to understand organics. And then says, "You can't even hear me, can you?" And then it fades out.
Which is a fair question. You're brand new, but I guess also
Yeah.
it's a oh gosh, yeah, it's a from Insurrection. It takes a lifetime to know that takes a lifetime to know.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so she needs to learn that. No, yeah, I like that. I just wish there was some semblance. I know that she might consider holograms real because she's a hologram, but she should be self-aware enough to know she's literally talking to nothing.
Yeah. Uh, and then we get the family lineage, the family tree. Let's see, Jake Cisco. Where is the? This is weird. Okay, so you got Benjamin Cisco, the chosen one above his name, linked to Jennifer Cisco, which Jake up there. It's fine. But Benjamin Cisco goes down to Jenna Cisco, non-corporeal
I
being.
saw that as well. Yeah, but that's the mum. I know it doesn't. Yeah, higher
The
is.
mom is Sarah. Sarah is his mom's name, not
Oh, did I get that wrong
Jenna.
as well? Uh, Hold on. No,
Yeah.
because Jake's one above. No, Jenna is the mum. Or no.
Jenna's not the mom. Sarah's his mom.
Well, they say between Joseph Cisco and Jenna Cisco. No.
I know. I know, but they even said just a second ago, Sarah, his mom, Sarah.
Yeah. Like I said, they also spell Cassidy wrong according to Track Core. So if, like I said, they're not checking because if they got the three pips wrong and they didn't get the names right and they didn't, it's interesting on Core being. But yeah, they put the label under the wrong Cisco. Basically,
Maybe.
they should put the
Maybe.
line to Sarah. I It's frustrating because these things are important because that means the official records of the academy are wrong, which also means that she's looking at this information, she's absorbed it, she's also now reading wrong information. It's very frustrating.
Yeah. But for some reason, she chooses to click on Jake's name instead of Cisco and learn more about Cisco. But that's fine. And then we get a Starfleet Academy lecture series archive, which it was great to see Sirach back. He looks, like I said, they did a fantastic job casting this kid back in the day because he grew up to look a lot like his on-screen father, a lot like Cisco. Um, and when he's standing there talking, I mean, the shape of his, just the silhouette is very Avery, I guess. I kind of wish he had shaved sides of his beard and had just the goatee to look more like Cisco, but small thing. I just think it would have been visually kind of impactful. So, but anyway,
But then you could easily argue
uh,
that's pandering, and that why would his dad have the
well,
same?
yeah,
I mean, I either way is right. Right.
yes,
How
yeah.
many of us want to look like our dads actually want to look like them? I mean, none really, right? He's the bald thing is genetic, cool. Like that would have been more annoying had he had full hair and or asked to shave it, right? The fact that he happens to be bald anyway works really well. But yeah, how did you feel seeing him? You know, we have our first legacy back. How cool, sort of maybe.
I was surprised by it, but I was like, wow, that's cool. Good for him.
Yeah.
Um, and to know that they had filmed this, what, like year and a half, 2 years ago or something, and he had to keep it
Mm,
kind of under wraps while being on a podcast every week
mm-hmm.
talking about Star Trek. I mean, that's I'm glad he can finally talk about it, but he spoiled it for a lot of people because the second it came out, he was like sharing images online, and people were like spoilers, man. No, it was good to see him. The closest thing you're going to get, unfortunately, because Avery is retired and not coming back in any form. So it was good. But yeah, as we talked about since, it would have been much better to have him talk and then have Cassidy talk and then Kira or something, right? So could have been better. But I do like his little talk about how I can't, he was never the emissary to me, but if you want me to tell you what made him a great man, how much time do you got? Because, yeah.
Which I also think, while obviously absolutely fine, he part of the story of DS9 was that well, he did feel like he was the emissary because he was being pulled away from being the father.
Hmm. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, I like seeing him. I don't think like it's not a very because he's looking back very gently, and he's much older, and it's a very simple scene. So I don't think the acting is. It's not pushing him very hard. It's not overly sentimental. It's just talk is given to people, right? So it's a nice scene. It's not amazing. It's not incredible, but it's good to know he's a real lad. And of course looks great. Then we go back to Cardassian. I guess she's eating in every scene, pretty much, or every other scene. And now she has the book. So I'm assuming that she now knows that she's going to give the book to the girl at some point, I guess. Or just film it on the same day, which obviously they would have done, but I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah. Maybe thinking she'll come onto something and be able to show her the book, I guess. Fleet Pod though throws in two
Oh,
dollars and going to conventions, dude can keep a secret 100%. Yeah,
NDAs, man. But I mean, he was presumably paid many thousands of dollars, so, you know,
yeah.
you're paid to keep secrets.
But yeah, this is a good scene. There's some Marinerisms in here though, in this particular walk and talk. That's fine. Uh, let's see, what do they talk about here? Oh, they talk about the tomato and gumbo, whether that's something you're pro or con. And he was very pro. There's no real correct answer, but he grew tomatoes in his quarters, which I don't remember. I don't remember him growing tomatoes in his quarters, but whatever, it's fine. Um, and then she eats it like a fucking apple, which some people do with tomatoes, and I don't even eat, and that seems wrong. I love that. I kind of laughed at that because I just people that eat tomatoes like that just bother me.
People do that?
Yeah, some people do.
Okay, cool. I mean, I didn't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
good little scene. I did. I don't think he did grow tomatoes in his office. I think his bedroom. I think that's just a joke. As in, they have to link somehow, and it's
Yeah.
unobtrusive a comment because we see his quarters and his bedroom, and you would think there'd be many plants, and anyway, doesn't matter
hmm
really.
hmm hmm
Uh,
Then she brings gumbo for everybody. Oh, just food from the restaurants.
I didn't appreciate how overacting they all were because I don't. I'm so sorry to the Father Cisco, but his food wasn't the best thing on earth. So have everyone like, oh my god! It's like, guys, this is replicated food from 800 years ago. That right? Calm the hell down. You're eating any food you want any day. Replicators. This is not chill. Too much. I like being spicy for Klingon guy, but calm down. Although the joke about the Ratchagino is fun, but why did she change the
Yeah.
coffee? But why did she change the coffee but not the gumbo? For another joke, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's
And I
yeah.
guess he hasn't ordered Ratchagino yet while here, even though he can any second, because he plays. Oh my god, my coffee!
Klingons invented that.
It's
It's
like,
like, uh-huh.
have you not had it yesterday? It's a very weird scene that feels like it was episode one in terms of their relationships. And
Yeah.
then talk about going what this show people are gonna hate about it. They change her hair to purple, which you can't get more, memey than purple hair. Not that shade,
Yeah.
but although really good grading for tracking. That's a really hard thing to do considering what they did. And then big scarf. As ever, I'm going to pitch things. It would have been nice if they put her in like an old uniform. If they can do
hmm
anything in these montages, it's a very underwhelming montage of fun things. Wow,
hmm
she hears a band.
Yeah, two musical things, band and yodeling. It's like,
Oh,
yeah, you could
okay.
have done something else.
Like it's not a good scene because it could have been cooler. I also don't believe. I mean, obviously he fails, but I don't believe he could access and work out better than the sentient hologram that designed her to fix her programming. I mean, I'm
Well, they
fine.
would.
Oh,
I was gonna say they might not have an interest in her tasting things, but that would be more conducive to her learning about the human experience or the.
yeah, I'm fine with them saying that they locked features behind her growth subroutine. That she can
Mhm.
do everything a human can do, like the Doctor can with other things, because he could taste as well. You could do, But I just don't believe for a second he's smart enough to go into a smarter than him tech that he has not seen before and do all this stuff. Like it's just again Mary suing it a bit. He can't be
Mhm.
that smart.
I like how you said, I'll figure it out. You throw it to my pad, and she like, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, at least he failed. Is good.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it's going to be a big thing in a later episode. The fact that they can access her core programming that easily because it was that easy, right? You know,
hmm
don't know.
But then it's like, yeah, I know a bar near here where you got punched by a Vulcan. Used to be the landing pad. It's long gone, but there's a new bar close enough. Called the Academy.
Do you think it was destroyed by the Breen?
Oh, probably, probably.
That would have been a fun
Yeah.
little throw. Oh, destroyed by the Breen. What Breen? No. Yeah.
And there's a Breen sitting at a table near them. It's like, huh?
Yeah, that would have been a funny cutaway. First
Yeah,
Breen
that would have been good.
Starfleet. He walks up, not you.
And
Oh,
nobody would. And if you knew, you knew, and if you don't, you don't. So
because you can imagine
yeah,
that classic shot where there's like two people sitting next to each other, and the guy's like that would have been
yeah,
great. Oh, it needs more jokes like that, which I had in the
yeah.
first episode. I'm genuinely shocked. It's been months and they've not gone to a bar because
I'm surprised too.
that's how the
Genesis
scene
is
is
gone
played.
apparently.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, Genesis is gonna. My first planet. I've explored. It's like, uh-huh.
because that
You're
seemed
you're your
disingenuous.
kids your kids in school and you haven't gone to a bar. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't seem likely, especially not.
But the War College goes.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Oh yes, and then time seems to freeze, and she gets a message from her makers. You still haven't enrolled in that class we requested. If you don't do it, we're going to pull you out of school, and you're going to suffer on our planet with no friends. She's like, but these people are special to me. So yeah, and I don't know. I think she probably okay. What's your take on this? Because obviously, the first time I didn't think time froze, but when they snap out of it and Caleb kind of like bounces forward, he's got that shock look on his face. But I think it's because she's moved without, and she's also like staring off into space because Genesis is like, "Are you okay?" So I don't. It's really weird the way it's framed because I'm sure that these guys, the holograms, don't have the power to freeze time, of course, but the way it's portrayed is just silly because she does move and he looks shocked. He shouldn't have looked shocked when he came out of it, is what I'm saying.
My assumption is they had no idea. Because like I said, she fourth wall breaks, but she obviously can't talk to the audience. They're just filming it however they want because the whole episode is weird. I don't think they meant it literally.
Yeah.
If you take it literally, then my assumption is that she does the whole beaming, phasing in, and she just appears there, and in that transition point. That's why she's
Yeah,
not where she
probably.
is.
Yeah.
But it is quite impressive if her alien, well, her not into her, but her people can talk to her wirelessly across the galaxy in real time and in less than a second. That's some and presumably through the defenses of Starfleet Academy to stop this sort of thing from happening
Mm.
because they wouldn't want instantaneous communication with people off site without permission.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not thinking
Yeah.
about that. They really aren't. But let's end the poll with 58 votes. How do you feel about the new Dax? And it being actually Dax. 52% liked her. Good stuff. 22% did not like her. And 26% literally didn't care. Excellent.
Classic for real, $2. Genesis does what starring space something doesn't. Genesis does what staring space something doesn't. Yes, of course. Thank you, Classic.
At least I appreciate that she's not, kind of like Ortega's a little bit, she's not in these very much, less than we thought. But she tends to add little bits that are quite okay. You know, little additive things.
I'm sure there's going to be an episode about her. Her dad's an admiral. I assume he's going to show up at the college one day, and we're going to learn a lot about her.
Yeah, they're not shy of this is the episode for you, etc., etc.
Yeah.
She kind of had that with episode 3, but it was obviously shared. Right, gonna start a new poll.
And Jeff Jacobs throws in $2. This part made me think maybe her creators are Q. Nah.
Well, they weren't sentient holograms. She's very explicit.
Well,
Organics made holograms and they became self-aware and sentient built society. Yeah. None of that describes a Q, just saying.
Well, they could have made her think that, and they're using the fact that she's a hologram to test humans again. I don't fucking know.
I mean, obviously, but then the whole thing could be a Q illusion. You know, that's fair, but boy, what a although, well, hell, if that's a twist in season 2, she's a Q baby the whole time, but been tricked to think she's not a Q baby. Be a hell of a twist.
I think she might go a little rogue at one point where there's like alternate.
Sure, he is.
Well, no, but like evil, like Data stealing the Enterprise and Brothers type of vibe. Because that was their plan all along. Because they don't trust organics, they want to destroy Starfleet again. I don't know. No, I don't think that's the tone the show's going for necessarily.
No, I think you're right. I think the only reason they would show her program is that easy to work with is someone make her evil at some point and just turn the switch.
Mhm.
Because they made her drunk and not drunk in the same, like, it's just algorithm, right? So they can just make her hate and vicious and like 100% she'll be evil at some point. Just, yeah, easy.
But you think your creators, that's their intention?
No, no, no. Just it'll just happen
Okay.
as a one of the week, you know.
All right. Uh, her race
What?
reminds me of the Kalons from the Orville. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, hard to get a read on them. Speaking of hard to get a read on, we then introduce the first scene of the dinner that goes nowhere. I did like the joke about the horn. That I thought was kind of fun. But,
Yeah.
I mean, no one here does a good job particularly. Jet is boring and uncharismatic. The Doctor's trying, but he's not given enough.
Oh, Jet's hilarious. Fucking come on.
No,
You just don't appreciate her humor. It's fine.
yeah, I don't like it. It's not, just don't like it. It's not, she's not, anyway. The chances trying, which I appreciate. Like, none of this is them messing with him. In the first watch, it feels like they are. Like, it's all fake. It really feels
Mhm.
silly. Second time, even at the fart of the fish and they're laughing, that's just because they're laughing because they're all friends. Nothing
Not
here is
really a
then.
fart,
Well,
but
no, but they are trying to help him without any bullshit, and he takes it the wrong way because he's just whatever. I mean, in fact, they were mean to improve his times, blah blah blah. But it's very sincere.
well, we do find out that he thinks she abandoned Starfleet,
Oh yes.
which
Well, she
yeah,
did.
so
I mean, she did.
yeah.
Didn't think did.
But yeah, the realization on her face, like that's why you've been the way you are to me.
Well,
Yeah.
because he's what 50, 60 if you say he dyes his hair, because Trek 70 if you want to go even bigger. So he's been in Starfleet way before she left. You know, he's known about her for decades. So yeah, he's gonna have some personal feelings about it.
Mm. Classic for real, $2. Evil Sam on Warship Voyager J, and she's an
Oh,
android. All right. Well, yeah, this scene's it's good. It would be better in another episode, and it'd be better if it had payoff. And it might have a payoff in a future episode. I don't know. But it's a very circuitous route to get to the fact to find out that for Aki to find out that he doesn't trust her for that reason. If that's what they were going for. There's a much more direct way to do that. But
well, it comes out of nowhere because she's nice to them the entire
yeah,
time,
yep.
and there's not even like a well. Back in my day, there's no connection. Any of this. It's very very standalone. It does feel like
Yeah.
pulled out of a different episode. It's not. It doesn't even match the tone.
Well,
You know.
like I said, when people look back on this episode later, this is going to be the DS9 episode. This plot is going to be completely forgotten. It's not going to be mentioned unless it ties into a future episode that we don't know. So, yeah. Sky Coaster Man, follow on Twitch. Go follow Sky Coaster Man on Twitch, guys. $5. It's possible that Cisco grew tomatoes in his quarters when he was younger and had more time and less responsibilities. Curzon Dax would remember this. That's true. That's true. It could be a Curzon Dax memory, not a Jedzia Dax memory. I like that. I concur. I like that.
Well, no, and that's doubly true because if we don't know exactly the timeline, but if you knew Curzon was much younger, he'd be close to his dad because he'd be close to Earth.
Mhm.
And then maybe in his academy, because I could definitely see some weird academy thing he grew in because he wanted to bring Tobias back to his dad. And yeah, that's a really fun Curzon thing. Oh, I should mention at the end, well, Curzon saw it. Oh, that'd be nice. Anyway, this dinner's nothing. Then at the nightclub, you do get the official return of the Discovery Shuttle! Boop, 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 boop. Woo! They have been
Which warps out.
unretired.
Warps out, by the way.
They are back after another 4 years since Discovery Season 3 when they were using one shot.
And,
They're officially back into service. Go fuck yourself.
and not only does it warp in system, it warps in atmosphere.
I think this shot was made for another episode.
I think it was made for Discovery.
I think it was. But go fuck yourselves in this shot because it's like you can't get more. Just piss off people. Please stop.
Tell us how you really feel, Sam.
Oh, I love it. I'm a huge fan. I do need to do a fan film though, where this shuttle is like launched and
Stinking
and
everywhere.
Nielsen says it was the most popular shuttle. They made 6 trillion shuttles, and they get like make a huge joke out of why they're everywhere. We couldn't give them away. We had to use them for firewood. Anyway, so what do you think of the nightclub? It is, I'm assuming,
Uh,
a set, or is it a real nightclub? I do like the fact there's strong lasers to be
you
lasers
know,
in the ceiling.
I would not be I would not be surprised if this was a club in Toronto somewhere.
But if it
Um,
was, wouldn't it be more interesting? I know it sounds weird, but I've been
no,
to a lot of
no, there's not a
nightclubs.
lot of room sometimes, so no, this is looks exactly like something you'd see in Toronto.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Because I've been
Yeah,
playing nightclubs, and there's normally a thing. I guess the neon's a thing, but it feels set y. Like they had a
this could be one floor too. Some of them have like
true.
3 floors. Yeah, so
Yeah. But sorry, no complained, as you know. I do Discovery Shuttles, he complained about this. That it doesn't look Star Trek enough, and I said, it's a civilian bar. Right?
yeah,
It shouldn't have a single Starfleet thing in it, technically, if it's a
yeah,
civilian bar. Like, what can they do, right?
yeah.
More than
I
this,
agree.
potentially, but what can you do?
Fleet Pod, $2. Tell us how you really feel, Sam. I said that already. Fleet Pod,
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big club guy. I don't enjoy them, and so this whole scene just, it's fine. I do like that he's like, let's get you drunk. One tap equals one shot, and she ramps up to 12, and she tries to tie it into the emissary thing, where she's like, I'm not sure if I was walking in the footsteps of the emissaries at this particular moment. Let's just say I did it for science. And it's like, really, was that necessary? I do like when she's first drunk though, and she said, why is everybody squiggly? Because I somebody said, how can my first reaction live last night, how can you get a hologram drunk? That's stupid. It's like, no, you play Grand Theft Auto, you have a few drinks, the screen starts doing this. All it is a program. So it's fine. It's fine. I think the squiggly thing was funny.
I mean, it's a joke, right? It's a
Yep.
joke within a joke. I this might sound like a silly positive, but I commend them for not doing blurred cam from her perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been really obnoxious. Keeping it just normal helps the scene be better. Because we watched this on the trailer, I believe, and we were just like, ugh, a nightclub. It's not a bad nightclub. It's just not a good nightclub. Like, none of these scenes are good anyway. But they're not bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's that weird, whatever. Well, it is a
Oh,
bit.
Kyle.
Yeah, of
Great
course.
jackets, guys.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be a fan favorite at conventions. I said
Yeah.
12 lines, and I'm a. So yeah, he'll be a fan favorite because he's just a nice lad. Because the thing is, it's sad that these are players douchebags. Because it's a bad site. But I
Classic
but
for real.
but also
Oh,
they
sorry.
invaded the. If they're thinking military, then they've got invaded, and this is them invading their favorite bar. There's reason for it all. It's just don't be as
Yeah.
dickheads. But they're also the Navarian, and they've had they're a bit more dickish.
Yeah. Classic for real, $2. Evil Commander Samuel Cockings on War Yard. Don't know why he said that. But anyway, moving on. Robert Buckley, $10. For all the fine folk who like this video, thanks. It helps out the channel. Yes, it does. Thank you so much, Robert, as well, for super chatting. That also immensely helps the channel.
You
Um,
guys know. You
so
guys
hit
know.
like and support in any way you can, including PayPal and or super chatting.
Yes. Yes, indeed, indeed. Helps a tremendous amount. But this would have been a great opportunity. I do love Trill is like, hey. Great single line read. Just, mouthing hi. That was nice.
Mm.
The juxtaposition was fun there, but I really wish, and this would have been a different episode. I'm saying more club. So take that for the grain of salt it's gonna be, right? I really wish they played it as they get so drunk that they talk normally and the bravado goes down and they bond over something real.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I
yeah.
felt it was such obvious things, but to keep the negativity going felt unnecessary when it would have been fun to see Romulan lady and anyone else in like a booth. Like, so tell me about Navarre. And like it would
Yeah.
have been sweet. But it's not. It's just the same sort of scenes again. Uh,
Yeah.
and it's odd the bully guy's that aggressive. I don't know. He seems to soften, but he has. I don't know. It's odd, right? It's odd stuff.
Yeah. So that's the year 2000,
Oh.
€5. Another thing the show reminds me of is the Police Academy movies, and not in a good way. Yeah. Yeah. Um, actually, well, there's a scene coming up. I want to mention it now so I don't forget.
Yes.
But where Kyle and Jaden are talking at the bar, and you see Raimi right behind Jaden,
Which one's
like,
Raimi?
because the bully,
Okay, thanks.
and he's kind of like listening in,
Yeah.
like he is jealous because he
Oh,
likes
okay.
Jaden. And then later, when they're drunk,
Oh, I didn't
he
get.
says he puts his arm around Jaden and says, "Come on," like because he was talking to Kyle, like, "Come on, you're slumming it." So it's almost like they're trying to do
Ooh, a three-way.
yeah,
I
not,
know. I love triangle.
but
Love triangle.
yeah, I love triangle. Yeah, essentially. And it was subtle, but it was enough that I was noticing it.
Okay.
So I want you to keep that in mind, and you
I,
can, yeah,
I love that. That's the sort of deep storytelling they're trying to tell here, Stuart. I love triangle between three gay guys. I love it. But you know what? Yeah, I absolutely clocked the back behind the shot I'm on. I
yeah,
absolutely clocked that. But I entirely forgot that he came on to the Klingon guy because it's such a meaningless little
yeah. And then they're
thing.
dancing later, and Jaden or Remy comes up and goes, "Come on, you're slumming it."
But I entirely forgot
Yeah,
that because I feel like they've built up this duo. So
yeah,
well done for remembering that. I still think probably, although I think that might be subtext, that it's just don't fraternize with them in
hmm
as the overriding. Because I don't think he'd be jealous given how he says he's polygamous and he's had loads of girlfriends, boyfriends. He slept with his girlfriend's sister and cousin. I don't think he'd be
yeah.
jealous. I don't think
I think that's
that's
just a lot of bravado. I don't think that was all
well,
true, by the way.
but I don't think he feels a jealous type in that situation. But I like the we'll see, right? But it's nice
Yeah,
to see him off base. I kind of like the. I didn't like that Sam could just teleport next to Jaden. Man, I like drinking blue milk from an ale probably. And didn't think that was nice. And I for a second thought when she has a hand gesture, it was some sort of sex gesture. And I was like, you crude non-woman. And then he's like, is that a panini press? And she's like, yeah.
yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, sure, that's okay, fine, okay, cool, okay.
Yeah.
Go be a panini press and get stuck together. It's like, okay.
Jeff Jacobs, though, $5. Wow, skipped right to 64. Great job to all. These guys put in an incredible amount of work
Oh.
to make this happen, and your support makes it worth it. Thank you. Thank you. We do try.
Yes, and I did. I finished the last edit, so you got Saturday and Sunday videos all edited and up. Do
Mhm.
check those out. And Hypno says no Sammy's pan. Sure, but you know what I mean. Gay in this
Yeah.
context because there's a guy, that likes everybody.
But hard cut to a really bad flute song.
And then next scene. Oh no!
Let
Then
me
this is
look
when he
and see if
calls.
there's anything worth
Yeah, this is when he
mentioning.
calls out of the blue. You abandoned Starfleet, and then he leaves. I was like, oh, this is a badly handled
Yeah,
scene.
because he thought they were making fun of him, but they
They
weren't.
weren't. It just makes him look bad, makes them look bad. It's just a badly written scene. Okay. And then you get it. Literally could be out of any other TV show in the universe. Two kids in an alley.
Yeah.
It's the most zero sci-fi scene they've done so far. It doesn't need to be, of course. It's just funny how when you pull out the Star Trek and just film it, it's just two kids. But I'm so confused by her in this. This is not at all.
Oh,
This is not at all where he left their relationship. The last time we've talked about it, it's
yeah,
not.
but that's women. You're not going to understand women, dude. She's probably just,
I know some women.
yeah, I know, but no man understands a woman.
Ah, I see.
What goes through their fucking mind?
I
And this is a perfect
see.
example
That's fair.
of, yeah, I told you that I was a bitch at this basketball court, but you're supposed to try harder, fucker. This one man, will he, won't he? Like, he's my best relationships were imaginary. She's like, ah, more hands on. Like, what? Okay, she just finally couldn't take it, is what happened. It's fine.
Like I say, it's just out of the blue a bit. But I wonder if they realized they wanted more relationship subplot, but they didn't do anything with it for two
Well,
episodes. They had to skip to they've done stuff off screen, which I'm fine with. It's just not. It's random.
yeah, I'm still calling now that he's going to get together with Genesis at the end. Genesis? Yes, Genesis. I think
Maybe we have two thruples.
maybe, but I mean, there's been a few instances where when he first met her in episode 2,
Mm-hmm.
where Genesis kind of shot him a look when he walked off to talk to her. I think Genesis and him are going to have a thing, is what I'm saying.
And it just occurred to me as well, given that Jaden lived with two dads, and funny, I didn't think it was two dads because they didn't say two dads, but the actor said it was two dads in a post, so there you go, confirmed.
Mhm.
He understands that of doing that, so there could literally be in season 2 where he's dating both of the guys and they're a
Really?
throuple, because if that's been
Yeah.
his family part, that's been his family growing up, that is normal to him, right? So he could have two boyfriends, and they could start a family and have three dads, I guess, in that concept. The one's an well, they're all aliens, but it just occurred to me, like, we could have two thruples. But they kiss.
Drama.
They kiss, and I really dislike this next bit because I just can't believe that this hologram is on the bar, which is unsanitary. I guess it doesn't have any presence, so it's not unsanitary. But the fact that the bar owner person who's working the bar is ignoring it the entire scene, and it's a long scene conversation. I just don't believe for a second that they would not say get off the bar. I just
Fuck off, bitch.
well, no, seriously, like it just doesn't. But I mean, it's also who cares? It's the bar stuff, right? It's not a good set of scenes, so I'm like, they don't
Yeah,
care. It
yeah.
doesn't work.
It's a cool bar top, by the way.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
Uh, Before we continue, classic for real, $2. Genesis does Jaden.
Oh damn!
You
Even
know
even
it's not
even
happening.
more mixing.
He's his play on Genesis does what? Anyway, it's fine.
Jaden can't. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. The Madness
Oh,
201, $5. Don't know if this has been talked about, but if we remember Disco's last season, Trill only lived about 700 years, but this makes Dax almost 1,000. Yes, it's already been talked about. Science fiction, lots can explain it. It's fine.
but suffice to say, she can't be 1,000 really without explanation, or she's on ice. They either have an idea or ignore it. But I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, it's obviously a canon mistake until they fix it, or they don't care.
Hmm.
But we'll see. Who knows? I mean, it's the damn writer of the show, one of them, so she'll be in it again. So
Yeah.
they'll hopefully get into it at some point. But then you have a really obnoxious let's dance yelling face. It's
Yeah.
really
This is my song. I guarantee you've never heard this song before.
yeah, just
Moment. That was great.
everything from this scene onwards I just find obnoxious, and I can't stand it.
Well, we got Kyle and Jaden dancing together, and this
Apart
is
from
where he
that was
says,
fine.
yeah, you clearly had too much. You're slumming it.
Yeah.
And it starts the fight of, well, maybe they're not the ones slumming it.
And then
Uh,
our hologram gets pushed and then goes crazy. It's not fun to watch. Punches. I'm wondering, like, what is the strength of hologram? They're non-physical. They have physicality. Did she break her face? What's the
no,
metering of strength? Is she metering the strength for a 5'3"
not
woman?
thought about. You're really overthinking that. This is just emulating him punching Q, Cisco punching Q, because the way she like
Really?
flies back over the camera is kind of the
Oh,
same.
I can't give him that much credit. I like that, but that's too much credit. Because all I was thinking of, I need to see the second half of this fight where the Vulcan is like punching the hologram in the face, and she's like dum 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 dum, and then punching back and breaks his face because like she can't feel pain, and they know that. So there's a fight that they can't win despite being superhuman strong. So it's a stupid
Mhm.
fight idea. I know she's drunk, but it's a stupid fight idea, and it is assault, right? For two different ladies. So should she not get punished for assaulting two people and hurting them? This is proper assault, right? Like if you know you can't get hurt and you're physically abusing two people, it's like hitting children. You know they can't do anything to you. It's even worse. I don't know. She should get punished for this quite severely, I would think.
I think you're overthinking it.
You wouldn't want to get punched by a
Sus
hologram.
Susaguru 2005 euros would have been funny if the only part of the Romulan flying out of the bar was her head. Oh my God. I
Oh,
dislike her, but not that much.
ouch.
So glad she got punched in this episode, though. I can't stand her. But again, that's the actress doing her job properly.
Yeah, no, all of them. You
Yeah,
get everything they're trying to go for here.
yeah. Classic for real, $2. Picard never punched me. I'm not Cisco. Huh?
Yeah, I really like. I watched a review recently saying everyone credits Cisco for the punch, but it was actually a really bad character move because it meant that
Well,
Q proved that he could toy with him in a way that was successful that Picard never
yep.
could. So it's actually Cisco
That's
being really bad at his.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what Q said.
yeah.
I'm not Picard, and he's like, no, you're much easier to provoke.
So everyone remembers the punch being a success, but it was as a severe character flaw in Cisco that's a bad thing. But everyone remembers it being a good thing
Yeah.
because he lost to he lost to Q won, whereas Picard
Hmm.
tends to not let him win. Anyway, then they in the bar stuff. Should see the other guy. Okay. He fixes the booze. Now she's zero. Not hungover. I appreciate there's no reference to hungover because it wouldn't be.
What's a burrito, and why do I want one right now? It's kind of funny.
And everyone out. And it's a good choice of lines. Are you angry at me? No, I'm just disappointed.
Yep. Perfect parent
Yep.
line.
But also true because you beat up some people and you should have known better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you get what felt like they were going to go with another Prodigy reference. He gets all dark about people dying in his
Oh yeah.
past. It felt tangible,
He's
like, oh, you're going to.
he's lost a lot of people. Everyone on Voyager, all the Prodigy
Well,
crew, all the people from centuries that he's.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it goes oddly dark, tone wise. Did you know
Yeah.
Jake? Like, but if you didn't know him, you wouldn't have the same energy. I don't know. It was interesting.
Yeah. The elevator scene I liked. You know, it ends up with them laughing together because his flute playing was awful. But you're gonna make every interaction uncomfortable, and she's like, "Not for me." I thought it was kind of cute. It was kind of a fun scene.
Yeah,
Makes me
she's.
wonder if they might be a couple at the end of this because she seems to kind of be into him a little bit. I don't know.
Oh, that's hilarious. He would hate
Yeah,
that, but obviously he would like that.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously I dislike hugely she's lying on her own sofas. It's just this is her damn school in public. It's just so it's a public thing for people to use. I'm sure these can't be stained easily, but for God's sake, have some respect for your own damn academy.
Fleet Paw throws in $5.
Oh,
You hit me. Picard never hit me. I'm not Picard.
yes,
Indeed not. You're much easier to provoke. How
yes,
fortunate for me. Exactly.
yes.
Susiguru 2000, €5. Imagine any of these characters being on trial by Q, accused of being a savage child race.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, they'd all fail Q's challenge. This is.
Yeah.
But back to the classroom, and she's handed the book. Probably
Well,
not.
she learned that she did say emissaries that succeed lose everything, and emissaries who fail do too. And Dax is like, yeah, so you have learned a lot. So anyway, I want to point that out.
But also like that. I mean, even ambassadors, like, a job is to just get by, you know? But again, she's a child.
Mhm.
She doesn't know what it means to be. She couldn't even shake hands in the first episode, right? So she doesn't know how to deal with things. So the idea that she doesn't know what she is and what it means is logical,
Mhm.
right? She's just doing it because she's been told, but what does it mean, etc., etc. But I'm assuming it's not a one of one book because that would be terrible for preservation of if it gets damaged. So I assume this is like one of five limited run, and she has one of them. Would be my assumption.
Yeah, possibly.
Because it's just a printed book. You could print as many as you want. It's not like a. There was no, you know, God, I don't know what blood cloth Shroud of Turin in this. It's actually Cisco's blood. Like it was a book,
Yeah,
right? I'm sure
yeah,
you
yeah.
made several.
Which is really this scene confused me each time I watch it. Like she opens the book and the letters like what is that supposed to represent? Her I don't know. Earlier or later we see the music notes when she's playing the Thermion again. Or the Thermion. Yeah.
She does not play me,
Tharn.
Stuart. Thermians are not
Tharn.
instruments. No,
Um
so as a filmmaker, I took this as very what it was. That she's because she's in her own mind palace, right? She's reading the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, there's no
She's
one there's no one around in the atrium, and later
yeah,
they're there.
she's reading
It's
the
just
book.
showing that she's
It's implied she's read the whole book. I would guess she's read the whole book, and the words mean that her imagination, her programming, needs answers, and because now she's read the only secret bit of Jake's experience, which is just the tell-all novel, right?
Mhm.
Autobiography, that she thinks she knows his voice now, and therefore
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
therefore she can now conjure via simulation in her brain Jake's voice better than she could have previously. It's not him. It's not a vision. It's just her in her, just like talking to it's imaginary friend. Like
Yeah.
I could actively imagine you over there and talk to you and physically see you in my mind's eye. I could
And you
do
do
that.
that every day. I know. I know. Usually in your bedroom, but foot of your bed. You told me. It's fine.
Put some damn pants on. Uh, but yeah, so there's no meaning to this, but it's the words of the book. So you could argue that some of the stuff he's saying is from the book, as his first scene, but
Yeah.
she's just imaginary friending it to give her comfort, kind of like Jem'Hadar did in episode 4. I'm sure he meant to miss. It's not real, probably, or it is. Like that was a
Yeah, yeah,
conceptual.
yeah.
She guessed. She's
It's funny. I thought the same thing when I was watching the
yeah,
scene.
but it's fine in this context, right? She obviously can't meet Jake, so this is close enough. It's just don't nothing he says is literal. You can assume that in the book it said, "I think he visited me."
Mhm.
You can sense they're quotes from the book, but she's not talking to him in any real way at all. Which is why
Yeah.
I find bits saying, "You're amazing, sis." Whatever. It's like that's really
Oh
her.
yeah.
That's her being very like, "I'm the best. Love me,
Well,
celebrity."
it's
It's like
turns around and says, "Hey sis," which confused me first of all, but
she's not a
whatever.
sis. Doesn't know
Yeah.
her, and you're the
And later
best.
it's like, are you going to disappear if I close this book? He's like, I don't know. You're the one in control here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
but it's her brain. She's making the celebrity love her, which is why it's a grain of salt. Which is why for me it had no emotional impact because it was not real in any way.
Yeah.
I wish it'd just been him quoting the book, and she would walk around him and ask him questions, and like the book would then change pages. Because if they're all his
That'd
actual
be kind of cool.
yeah, if they're all his actual words, you could extrapolate it's what he really said. But this form, none of it means anything directly. Therefore, I didn't have any feelings about it, apart from yay for Turok to have some stuff.
Yeah. There's some nice things here. I like that you mentioned Kendra Valley,
Mm-hmm.
Kendra Province, where the land was bought, and says, yeah, the prophets told him not to marry Cassidy
Mm-hmm.
because he will suffer.
Mm-hmm.
But he did anyway. He did it his way. I like that. I like all of that.
Yeah, his
Which
free
is what the book would be talking about, essentially. So,
yeah
yeah.
yeah his free will was never free, but it had some personality. He was always
Mhm.
destined to get killed, to die, to whatever, but he could do it
Mhm.
in his own terms.
Yeah.
So she will also she is like the EMH, right? The EMH is there as in when originally the EMH was there to heal people, but if he needed to play opera at the same time, he was still doing his programming. So she can still do her
Yeah.
programming, her job, but she can do it in her own way but she's still there to
I,
do her job, and she should.
yeah. I also like that she's like, the prophets suck. He's like, no. I mean, without the prophets, my dad wouldn't exist, neither would I.
Yep,
And he went on to save billions of people,
more than
which
billions,
is,
really.
well, exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So good messages here for sure.
Yeah,
And she's crying, which I was surprised nobody has mentioned. That why is the hologram crying? I don't have an issue with it personally,
but again, she's in
but
a mind palace. It's the
exactly,
fictitious version of her
exactly.
crying. So that's the thing. They play in a way that it's just a lovely talk to your imaginary friend. I mean, there's loads
Hmm.
of stories sci-fi where you're talking to. You've seen Stargate Atlantis?
Yes.
That one scene on the pier with the one character that gets killed. Like that's not real. That's in Rodney's head.
Yeah.
But that does not remove the weight from that scene because it's that actually is shockingly real, even though it's not a real scene. But it is that whatever. But
Yeah.
Stuart, the poll though, I really want to know this, and 38 of you voted. So I would like to. There's 63 of you should have more voted, but that's fine. I asked which episode is worse, the laser tag or the DS9 B and bad B plot. The laser tag is still 66% people think it's worse, which I would agree.
Yeah. Absolutely.
New poll coming. Vote
Absolutely.
now.
Hypnometer says this was a beautiful scene. It was. It was. I mean, it was again well done, well written, well acted, but it didn't resonate with me in any way. Um,
Yeah, it needed
it's
a grounding it just didn't have, and so without that, it's just a vision,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
fine. But
It's an inner realization on her part.
yeah, and it would have been very special. And we said this in the go watch the edited review because we say loads of conceptual things. We're not doing any of that here really. If it had been the same effect as the Prophet's visions
Yes.
and been Jake, but the subtext was is actually Benjamin
It
Cisco talking through
it
his
could
son's
be.
face,
Yes. Yes.
that would have been
Yes.
beautiful. Or
Not
the
just her, not just his son, but like have some of her
well,
classmates as well. Like a typical prophetic
well, that would have
vision.
been even bigger. But just for this context, it's gone orange. You could argue that's similar. But like, if it had been that with Jake, but then you could say maybe Jake was pulled to the temple when he died to preserve him because Cisco could. I mean, sure, Cisco could, and then Benjamin could save his son's soul, given he was translated to energy. Right? You could see that being a logical outcome. I mean, he's 1/4 prophet, right? So
Mhm.
you could have Jake as Jake and Benjamin in the. You know what I mean? You could play something really fun with that. That's not what it is, but it would have been fun. Anyway, sorry, new poll.
Mhm. Mhm. You guys hit like if you haven't already. Get ready to super chat in your scores. We're coming to the end here. Um, got to wrap it up soon though. But yeah, super chat your scores in out of 10, and
Or PayPal and give a text review because you can do more text. We'd love
yeah,
to hear
give
those.
us a little your thoughts. Yeah.
And PayPal's are so wonderfully helpful. You get like 40% more per, which obviously mounts up. So thank you.
Yeah. Hit like if you haven't. We have 67 likes. Let's try to get to 75, maybe. Would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And Ham says, as a game man, I got the feeling Jaden wearing a skirt is more built around the actor playing him than being an universe reason. I get the sense writers write a plot around an actor's identity. It's unisex. I don't think it's that deep. If it was
No,
about
I don't either.
the actor, based on what he's seen, he's flamboyant dressing. Had that been the case, he would be wearing more flamboyant things.
Yes.
But I think it's just why, if the ladies wear trousers, they wear skirt. It's a bit odd for us culturally, but again, TNG had it. You know, a bit odd, but okay.
Yeah. All right. The next scene. Oh, classic for real, $2. Reenact. It's fake.
Yes.
Russell. It was real. Out of 10. All right. So the next scene is
Well, the same
Dax.
scene, which is why it's
The
important.
Dax reveal. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Hey, kiddo, how you doing?
Pretty much. Yeah, yeah.
And did you love how
How'd you get this book? I was asked to keep it safe. Yeah.
did you love how terrible she wraps the book? She only half covers it, hands it. It's such a small thing, but she doesn't even try. It's just a funny take to use when she didn't actually wrap it. If you watch the scene again,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm confused by how lack
Um,
of spots she has. Given Trill, you'd think should be quite important. Given that's the symbiote.
mm.
Like, if it's just there, but
They might go all the way down, Sam.
it's true. The propensity there might be other places. You're right. But very gentle scene. Yeah, I'm Dax.
Isla Dax. Yeah, she says she wants her in her class next
Oh.
year. So
I did think it was a bit odd. Well, two lines. One, all these records are public. She's not hiding she's a Dax, and our person here would have. She can get information instantly. She would know who this professor is, so she would know her name was Isla Dax. The way they play it
yeah,
is
yeah,
on her public record, it only says Isla, Professor Isla, but they would say the name. It wouldn't hide the name. It's not a secret. So that doesn't make sense logically for the reveal. She should know that. And as she walks away, and it's an ADR line. I really hate it. How did tomato? And then she's like, "Oh, like Curzon did." And this ADR'd, "You really researched, didn't you?" It's like,
yeah,
yes, she told you 3 scenes ago. She downloaded everything about it. She's also a hologram that knows everything. Like, what? Yes. What a stupid thing to say. It was an ADR line. I guess I don't know.
yeah.
Very dumb line, but it's a nice little scene. And hopefully she's in it again because she was pretty good. Wouldn't say she was amazing,
Mhm.
but how do you play a half Cardassian, half Trill in the future? Right? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
So considering, pretty good.
But then she talks to her creators again. and
Boy,
basically tells them
yeah.
if there's something to report, I'll report it. Until then, leave me alone.
She sort of quits in the sense of it's no longer a mission. It's I'll tell you when it's done. I would be
Yeah.
I'm kind of assuming they're gonna send a second emissary because she's kind of lost the plot. At the very least, say I'll give you weekly reports, but to say I'm breaking off contact except when I want to tell you something, if something's happening, I would definitely send a replacement because she's broken. Because you kind of like the
Or
entire
maybe they're hoping this happens, that
well,
she has a self-realization like
100%.
this.
That'd be a great twist. I'd be fine with that. But if the point of
Yeah.
her is to learn about humans and they've now lost contact with her, then for their perspective, she's failed her mission. They're not going to trust her. This is the entire society coming back to the galaxy is her, and she's hung up. I'm assuming they'll... And it will be amazing as a twist. At the start, she says, I'm unique. Of course you are. If it's... Oh, okay, that's gone. Damn it, I'll wait for you to come back. Well, let's see what the chat is saying. Daniel says, Sam's interactions with her people remind me of Mork and Mindy. Mork calling Orson. It's probably 1/50th trill. Yeah, I would agree. Sam has got television on Cisco, not Dax. Yes, but Cisco knew 3 Daxes, and one of which was the... I mean, Dax is going to come a lot in the records. And if she knew about Jay, I think it'd be in the records. And also, it's just a download button of his data file, which would include all of his missions. So, you know. I mean, she read everything. She says she read everything, or she downloaded everything to know about Cisco, which would include all of his friends and family, etc. That's one back. Goodness. I still think they're all EMH Mark 1s. That would be great, Thribs. That would be weird, but great. I think I said that as well in the other episode. Ham, as I said before, while Trek has always been progressive, the writers inject woke into plot because borderlines adds placement to become a trend with Kurtzman. That's an interesting way to phrase it, product placement. It is certainly less organic, although, you know, them being gay is not a plot point, therefore it's fine. You know, as in, it's not over the top, he's just, you know, a gay guy dancing a gay guy, that's normal. Yeah, cool stuff. Alright, what else are you guys saying? So we're getting near the end here of this extended one. So Super Chat and PayPal, any reviews? Super Chat will these for small... Handy dig would be good to bring back. Raj, join us tomorrow. 2 guest actor live stream. Oh, what's that, Raj? Which is that? Let us know. But yeah, keep commenting. 68 viewers. I asked a poll. What do you think of the nightclub? Liked them, okay, meh, and did not like them. Vote now. Let us know. And I'm very interested to see what Stuart's scores are for this because I do not know. I should probably get the score sheet, shouldn't I, and get that ready to go. Alright. Ah, nice for classic. Good stuff. It was real out of 10. Good, man. That's exactly what I need to know. Yeah, guys, do you have any big thoughts on this episode or things you'd like to... Yeah, actually, you know what, guys? Comment right now your favourite and least favourite thing of the episode. Right now. Comment what you think. As I was saying, Stuart, I feel like one of the great twists is going to be, if they were smart writers, that she says she's a unique person, but they would bring another version of her would turn up in like 4 episodes, because they just made another one, but changed the program so she wasn't this. And then she's not unique, which is something to come to terms with, right? Because our people are similar to you in the world. And and they say, just replace with this. And Aki's like, I can't just replace. But like, she's identical. No, she's not. That'd be a great twist, because she, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Every image is not unique if you make another one.
Yeah. All right.
And then plays music, which I think is a good allegory for her. I did like that. That was nice. There's no strings, and she's that I thought was nice. Then you get the trailer shot with all the kids that everyone bitched about for the look. He's in trousers. Look, trousers. He's in trousers. There you go. And dancing. And she talks. Now this, I was very thinking there's gonna be a big reveal here, like a proper big reveal. She's talking to Cisco. I was like, ooh. Are we doing a hologram? Are we doing Jake? What are we doing here? Because this feels like there's a setup here for a big thing. So she has a speech, talking to the air. It turns, revealing nothing. Then you hear the voice, which I was pleased to hear. And right at the very end, the clouds move slightly, although it's very, very subtle. And in fact, not even caught in the screen caps here. But she's talking to the world, saying, if you want to talk, I'm here. We hear, like I said, pre-recorded Avery, which, like I said, I could tell. So I was like, because there had to be Avery Brooks in some form for this episode to work at all. And there's so many stock footage clips from DS9 they could have used, like Prodigy, right? They could have used something. So I knew there had to be something here for the scene to make sense, and there was. But I wish it'd been more direct or anything more substantial than this, because it was very lackluster for me. But at least there was something.
I just didn't know Starfleet Academy was on Coruscant.
You didn't? Didn't get the memo?
No.
Yeah, it's been there.
But anyway.
So what do you think of this last scene?
Right.
And what did you think? As in, what did you think was going to happen versus not?
Huh?
What did you think was going to happen? Because in the end scene, did you
nothing?
Okay, so you got the bonus then. I was expecting something you weren't, so therefore you got something with Cisco. Avery.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I was hoping there'd be something, but by this point I'd given up.
Okay.
Fine, whatever. We got Jake. That's good enough.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought it was a quote from Deep Space Nine that I couldn't quite place, but yeah, it was good.
So ends the episode with the DS9 theme of all things, which was kind of juxtapositioning. I was like, oh, okay.
Yes. Good.
What?
Fleet Path throws in. Oh, that's the score. I'll read that later because now it's time where we give our thoughts and scores. And I want you guys to super chat in with your scores or PayPal in with your scores out of 10. If you PayPal in, you can add a little mini review that we'll read.
And Ryan says, Ryan says, do not like how fast they are pushing Klingons. How does he go from a warrior to a skirt and with a cardigan? Because he's a healer. He's a gentle guy. I mean, his dad was a warrior. Like, he's just a unique Klingon. Like, remember Alexander from DS9? He was a crap Klingon. Remember Duras, the kid Duras? He was a crap Klingon. He was pathetic. It's literally fine. As long as we see other Klingons who are normal, it's fine. He's just a snowflake, as in unique. Stuart, what do you think of this episode, and has your opinion changed after this 2-hour review? Has he really gone in on it? I'm pretty sure now, guys.
Thoughts really haven't changed. I was initially disappointed with it. I think it's just fine in the end, even on rewatches. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, glad they got Jake back, but they could have done more. Just essentially, they could have done more. But I was also overhyped for this episode, so I had it built up in my mind more. So I don't know if that's the reason it didn't resonate with me. A lot of people are very emotional with the ending, said it emotionally hit them, and it just didn't do anything for me. Might have done more for me on the third watch, where I'm kind of like, I was watching it with Sylvia at the time, and it's like, yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. But yeah, the first 2 watches were just okay. I'm just watching a thing. Didn't hit me at all, which is a shame because I love Cisco. I love Deep Space Nine. The Dax thing was cool. I would like a little explanation about that at some point, how she's so old. But and Tawny Newsome, I think, did a really good job. So I was just so surprised I didn't recognize her first watch through. And when you said it in our review, you saw my face. And it made you stop saying what you were saying because you realized that I didn't know. It was great. So
I left in that long pause in the edit because I couldn't take it out.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's good. It's not the thing everybody built it up to be, unfortunately. And hopefully we got some good episodes coming up.
I feel like just because Tawny knew they got permission to have Avery's voice in it, because they worked to get his approval. She said she talked to him on the not on the phone, but like they communicated indirectly. I think the fact that she knows they got him back in any form with permission was going to be enough for this episode to be legendary. But it was stock footage, so it wasn't. It had been anything new. Had it even been, this might sound silly, an AI voice recreation, if he'd given his permission to AI recreate his voice to have new lines written, that would have been golden, because that would have been like he's giving permission for us to use his character, because Cisco's just been gone from the universe since the end of DS9, right? Because he's not
Yeah.
around, as in to do stuff. So I think she was thinking, because she did get that, it was a bigger deal than it was, and it really isn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Possible.
score wise, you got enjoyment, old Trek, but old Trek, which now unfortunately compares to DS9, which is unfavourable, of course, and compared to new Trek. What the hell are you going to put for this, Stuart?
Enjoyment, I'm going to give it an 8.1. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed a little callbacks to DS9, as well as I did enjoy a lot of the elements of the B story. So that's a thing. For all of New Trek,
Compared to old Trek and compared to new Trek.
for all of New Trek, it's still pretty good. Give it a 7.9. Actually, no. Scratch that. I'm going to give it an 8.4 because they tried to do something big, and I got to give them credit for that.
So you'd say it's one of the best new Trek episodes compared to Prodigy and Lower Decks and Picard in that top
No.
echelon. Because
Yeah, it's up there.
8.4 is in the top 15%, which is, I'm just saying, like that's,
Sure.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then old Trek, which is obviously a very different metric.
For all of old Trek,
And we tend to
I mean,
know about 2 points or so is the average.
Yeah. I'd say 7.2.
Okay. So actually, pretty strong episode for you, despite all the complaints.
Yeah. I was hoping to score it higher for sure going into it. So, yeah, I don't know. But what about you? What did you think? And has our discussion changed anything for you?
And guys, like I said, last chance to put the score in, PayPal, super chat. We'd love to get on a 5. We'll say it. I think I appreciate the flaws more now because I've had fun just discussing the little things that I noticed, and then with you and the chat, there's both not a lot in this episode and a lot of small things that you can kind of make note of. There's a lot of choices made, but this episode is unlike the Lower Decks DS9 episode where they did way more than we could have expected. This show did way less than we should have had, and it feels it. It feels not hollow, just as I said to you in another review. This is not a DS9 love letter. This is a Sam episode with a DS9 cloak around it. It's hollow in its DS9ness. It's a Sam episode.
Hollow like a hologram.
Thank you. Well, there you go. So it was Lower Decks was a DS9 episode in a Lower Decks skin, but it was a DS9 episode. It was kind of amazing what they achieved. So it should have had more. They had money and time and effort. They should have. And I was not going with high expectations. I was going in with hopefully be a 6. Was what I was thinking going in, because they can't really, don't think they'll bring stuff back. But seeing Jake back was lovely. Need Cassidy at least back, and she looks great, so she could have done it. She's not busy with Orville, like she obviously has, whatever. Exactly. But as I said at the start, 30 minutes you could cut away and make the episode better. And that's a really bad thing. So it's going to get a relatively mid to low score because that's awful for an episode to say that. And to be a better episode. It should have been a fully A-story focused episode with Arke, because Arke could have known Jake's grandkids, right? You could have had her go to people and see the connections to Cisco, and they just didn't do that in any meaningful way, which is sad. So yeah. Like I said to my dad, in fact, some of it's okay, some of it's bad. Interesting mix. Enjoyment, because I'm going to average out, right? I've got to average out. Enjoyment 6.1 because over half of it I didn't enjoy particularly, so we got to take into account. Old Trek, I mean, gosh, 4. I mean, right? Old Trek's better in every way, New Trek, I mean, New Trek's tricky, right? Because it's better than most Discovery, because it means well, right? Discovery didn't mean well. So it beats most Discovery. It's not boring. I give them that. Per se. But Lower Decks and Prodigy, of course, just all better overall. So New Trek, I mean, gosh. Maybe just hitting 7. Like, just. There was no cherry on the top of the cake, and the cake was fine, but nothing special. So yeah, this is definitely like second worst for me, I'd say. First episode and second episode much better, in my opinion, for what they try and achieve to do. So yeah. We have very different scores this week, but that's okay. All right, what do people think?
You guys are saying? Fleet Paw throws in $5 and says 8.95 out of 10 symbiotes.
Damn.
Could have been stronger, but a good effort. You can tell Tawny had fun writing a love letter to DS9. Sad the season is half over. Classic for real, $2. Genesis does what Chorus can't. Chorus can't. That's funny.
We have some very funny people in our chat.
Yes. Ha 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 ha. Sasagiri 2000, €5, giving this a 3.5 out of 10. Second worst episode so far.
I mean, I had the same logic, but much higher score.
Yeah. BJ, $2. Road trip in a vintage runabout.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Can you imagine Dax offering to take her to the wormhole?
Yeah, right?
I mean, it would have been weird. She's not that important a character, of course, but that would have been crazy, you know.
Yeah.
And just relics it, just build 1/4 runabout, just the front little bit, and just reverse it. You know, would have been fun. All right, is that the secret scores?
Yep. That's
okay, right. What do you guys think otherwise? Although I think at the start most of it was a B that won, so B is the relative metric that we have to go on here. We've got classic for real was it's a fake it's a fake / it's a real out of 10. Donnie gives an 8, which of course is a fake score, but that means Donnie hates it based on Ozzy's score of it. It's a long range joke. But Ozzy gives it 8.9, Mum's get a 9, so they're not quite as high as they could be. Stanley's 6 out of 10. Joseph says 7.5. Good tribute to Cisco, but needed more to complete everything. That's well said. It is a good piece for Cisco, but did need more to complete it. Well said. Well said. Hypno, 7 out of 10. Cisco and Jake stuff really saved the episode for me. Well, yeah, of course. I felt the rest was flawed in other ways. Yep. BJ, 7 out of 10 for New Trek. Ryan, throwing up glitter equals a score of 3 out of 10. But yeah.
And Classic throws in $2 and says, Renac, it's a fake. Benny Russell, it was real.
Oh, yeah. I thought that. But any more scores, guys? Because I was expecting more scores than that. But I also asked while you're away, what do you think of the nightclub scenes? And OK Matt wins at 43%. Didn't like them, 38%. And 19% liked them. So there you go.
Right. Well,
yeah.
I think that's it. Sadly, I was looking forward to this one since it started, and now I've seen it. So
I think they just think they did better than they did. I think there'll be better episodes. But hell, will Paul Giamatti ever return?
Yes.
I kind of thought he'd be in more episodes.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not. He's not that a big villain. He's just got a personal grudge. Like, it's not a big deal.
It's just funny because they sold the show on Paul Giamatti's the villain. It's like, yeah, for 2 episodes.
Yeah.
He's a guest star that filmed for 1 week. Yeah, yeah. Right, watch the episodes of the weekend, guys. Please do. No ships, but 2 interesting videos about people, which is pretty cool. Legacy's returning. Worth watching. And check it out because views obviously help the channel. Thanks for all the super chats, of course, and the PayPals, of course. Tune in next week for more things and bobs.
And until then, he's Commander Cockings.
He's kind of Foley.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.